Scorpio. So
Do you know how many weeks it's been since we talked about fucking signs? I thought we were done.
Yeah, man. No, man, we're never done. What are you talking about? What do you think this is? This is a Gotcha Gang. Anything's possible.
I thought it was over. I thought we were
no,
Jover.
no, the birthday
I thought we were
racism princess.
over. The not birthday racism. That sounds the worst.
Yeah, it's not great. Maybe we rename that one,
This,
Quincy.
yeah, we'll work. We'll workshop it.
Workshop it.
Is it not?
Workshop.
Is it not truly birthday racism?
I mean, when you put it like that, it just sounds bad. Okay.
Just saying, it's birthday racism.
It makes us
Yeah,
sound
man.
hateful, and we're not hateful, Quincy. We're good
Okay,
people.
we are hateful.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say. I don't know about that one, Derek. That may have been the most false accusation you've ever made on the Gotcha Game.
Like
I feel
we are hateful, but like other people in the world, they think that shit too serious.
like uh,
So, who's
mainly
hosting
toxic
this one?
women. That's all I'm saying. Who hosted last time? Didn't you
Last
host
time,
last? Oh
yeah,
yeah, because last
I
time,
hosted it last time. Yeah.
yeah, and then we took a break. Yeah, so it's Quincy's turn.
Okay. So
Quincy's host.
whenever you're ready, Quincy. But yeah,
Are you recording, Derek?
I am recording. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How long have you been recording?
Just a couple seconds. Just thought I'd
This
float it
guy
out there. I can edit out any
floated
dead
out
air and
there.
whatnot. So he can
Yeah,
take
that's
his
not
time.
Alright,
about
man.
that.
Better editor than me.
I know Ed doesn't care about dead air.
I sure don't. It's a natural podcast. Whatever happens, broskies. Maybe when we get big enough, then I'll start, editing out all that stuff. But then again, if we get big enough, then there's a lot more stuff to talk about.
And you can hire an actual editor.
Yeah, that's true.
Why hire an actual editor when we have free slave labor a la Derek?
The fuck?
Yeah, man.
Damn,
I wouldn't
that's
call me, free slave labor or nothing. It's
ooh,
kind of
that's kind of reverse racism, man. Hold on, chill.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it would be good to have an actual editor. Whatnot.
Hmm.
Someone we trust. Someone that's been vetted. Someone that's earned the honor. You know what I'm saying?
Whoever can edit that willing to take $5, what are you talking about?
Jesus. That
Quincy, we
scared
can't
the
just
shit out of me. What the fuck?
we can't just give them $5 and they'll do like a crap job. You pay for quality, sir.
I gave him 350. I gave him an extra tip on top of the 350.
Okay, so Quincy's gonna be the one that gets us like a sponsorship for like depends at this point. He's not gonna get us quality sponsorships.
Oh, sponsor money. Get the fuck out of me.
All right, you say so, Jeffro.
If
Anyway,
that's the way how you
you're
feel,
host.
then when I get a sponsor, and the sponsor and I would say
Uh
this
huh.
this episode of podcast is sponsored by insert name here, I'll just keep that sponsorship money to myself then,
I
since it
mean,
don't mean nothing to you.
to be fair, Quincy, you could start a sponsorship whenever you want. We're waiting on you at this point. We
Yeah,
we
man,
we are available to do sponsors again. So
yeah.
You said again like we were
we did
before
we
when I
did
did what I
one
did.
time. We did one time.
Yeah, because it's your stopped because like you're the one that has to get that stuff together,
Yeah.
and we haven't had another one because of a certain someone who is you.
Who is Quincy? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Guess gotta get good, champ.
Yep. Sounds like it's a major skill issue to me.
Yep.
Like all of us have this skill issue.
No,
Are you
because it's
fucking?
your job.
How much work
When
do Ed and I put into this fucking podcast? And you're like, oh, it's all of ours. Like, no, 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 no. You get to do the you. That
hey,
is your thing. That
this
is your
usually doesn't
thing.
happen, but I agree with Derek. He's
Oh,
kind
and
of spitting right now.
me.
I'm sorry, but I'm on the kind of logic and proper reasoning, and you ain't making a lot of sense. That's all I'm saying.
I got a voice. I got 350 cents. If you ask me,
Well, when you put that 350 towards production in some way, shape, or form to bettering the podcast, I'll shut up. But until then, you ain't really doing what you supposed to be doing. You don't offer to edit. You know, you outright refuse to edit.
hold on. Technically, if the internet was not here,
Uh-huh.
Nigga. All
well, if
right.
I'm plugged in there right now, can we podcast?
Technically, yes, because we both have phones that have data, and we could still do the podcast. But I see your point. I'm not knocking you. I see your point. Keeping the internet on, that's cool. But at the same time, it is also just a byproduct of
Yes,
you
I know.
wanting to also do whatever you want to do. So
Porn's not going to stream itself. All right, fine.
stop. I hate it here. I hate it here.
Truly
I
a
hate it.
hate.
I need out. I need out. Where's my contract to get out?
You can't get out. But, well, welcome to the Gatcha Gang, a podcast. I'm the host this week. I was just informed.
Yep.
I'm the host this week. So
Says how that's
I'm
a
the
bad
host,
thing.
Quincy, and no, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. And I'm joined by my usual cohorts, Derek and Ed. Say hi, guys.
What's up? How is
Hello.
everybody?
How are you?
Now, I think this is a time where, we have to get real with you guys.
Huh?
What? Who's this we?
On behalf of the
I
Gotcha
didn't-
Gang podcast, we'd like to deeply apologize for the fact that
He's doing a bit, Derek.
there was no video that came up last week,
There was though.
and
Derek already made an
and
announcement about that.
I already
no
did
no
a
no no,
video.
no. Yes, I understand, but let me tell you the truth.
What?
What really happened?
Oh,
Wait.
okay.
All
Okay.
right.
I don't know where this is going, Derek.
I don't either. I'm scared.
Hold me.
Hold me. Ed.
Telling the truth of what really happened.
Mm.
So one of us, not going to name any names, contracted explosive diarrhea.
What?
You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific, guy. I don't think I've had
you
I don't
go-
think I've had a solid shit in the last 6 years. So, it was probably me, but I don't think that's
Okay.
who you're referring to.
Too much information, pal.
Probably
But
Quincy, to be honest. There's a lot of cheese involved in mac and cheese.
and
That boy lactose intolerant.
and also our friend Derek was having a BF. He was having a whole bitch fit. We had to calm him down.
What?
The podcast had to be canceled. Everything was just wrong that day
You
for
are
him.
catching strays today, Derek.
It was terrible. But we put our differences aside. A third of us got our shit together, and now here we are.
Only 1/3 of us.
Literally and figuratively. I'm sorry, Derek,
That's
that you're
why
going
we're
through
here
this right
today.
now, buddy.
Oh my
We are
god.
gathered here today.
Also,
I don't
like
know, Derek.
Derek,
That's your boy.
eat more fiber. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Like, dude, months, dude,
I said years.
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 That doesn't help. That doesn't help.
I mean, I think it's all right.
No,
I mean, hey man,
No.
you're still alive, so I guess that's all that truly matters.
alive,
Debatable.
alive.
Debatable. Nah, you're pretty alive, dude. I think you're alive.
You know what? I appreciate that. Thank you. Not nobody says that enough for me.
Yeah, I'm always here for you, bro.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. That's what
You
I
know what?
do.
With the explosive diarrhea, I guess it's a thin sponsor. It wouldn't recommend.
I mean, maybe we do need a sponsor for Depends, you know?
It would work. Laugh at me then.
If that happens, you know what, Quincy? You get us a nice, solid sponsorship. I'll never question you again, and I'll take back every bad thing that Derek has ever said about you.
Which isn't
That's
much.
things that you didn't say.
What?
How you gonna take back things that you didn't say?
Oh, on behalf of Derek, because you know he says some wild and outlandish things, and
It
I
has to come
honestly,
from him.
oh,
I don't
Hold
want you
on.
to liaison this.
What do you think the
oh,
worst thing I've ever said about Quincy is, though? Because I don't know that I've said a whole lot of bad things about him ever in the history of years I've known Quincy.
This one
oh,
time I got
truly,
jerked in the
Derek.
Himalayas. In the Himalayas, he called me a bitch ass nigga. I was there. I have it on camera, and I told myself that I wouldn't use this
That's the
footage.
found footage. That's the found footage that we need. Oh no! Release the tapes.
There we go. Ha! Got you by the throat now, kid.
I feel like you guys need to talk about your relationship in a more healthy manner.
Nah.
It's like, nah, blackmail your friends. Like they know you're not going. They know you're not going to actually use it because we're actually friends. But they know not to cross you.
Yeah, like when Ed sent the picture of himself this week, and I
Yeah, exactly.
promptly saved that shit.
Oh, I was like, what?
I'm like, I am not gonna give him a
I
chance to
didn't.
delete it.
I didn't send that actually. That was not me. I did not press that send button.
Oh, really? Was that Sarah?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? God bless Sarah.
Quincy is an honest man. Knows that he has to ration these things. He just wants to make it fair for everybody.
He's just looking for a fair fight. I've always said that about Quincy.
Right.
He's the first one to throw pocket sand. What are you talking about?
You know what? It's funny you say that. I was listening to the Ultimate Bit today, and that actually comes up, Quincy and the pocket sand. So yeah, that's 100% true.
Yeah.
Who did I throw pocket sand at?
It's
Oh,
it's
somebody.
it's
My
right at
hypothetical wife.
yeah. It's right after you create a grenade full of bees and a grenade full of spiders. So
Oh yeah, because you're paranoid about the bits. Yeah. Good times.
it's
Good times.
such a good episode. Go back and listen to that episode, people. Go listen
Don't
to
do
the
that.
Ultimate Bit. I think it's episode 13. It's great.
Oh jeez.
Oh shit.
Dang, we've done. What episode are we on?
I don't know. I think we're in 20s. I think we're at 26. I think maybe.
Oh, okay.
Is
I
that
don't know
too
why my
high?
brain was like, we're on 30. Oh no, man. I truly just exist here.
Damn.
After the birthday episode, I clocked out.
That was
But
last episode.
what's everybody been playing? Other than the diarrhea.
Yeah, you go first, Derek. What have you been doing?
I mean
It's been 2 weeks.
I've
It
been doing
has been 2 weeks.
I have been doing a lot of things. So do you want me to just start with shows or games? Because I got both.
Do you, boo boo? Do you?
So when it comes to games, I've been playing a lot of Marvel Snap, which is the Marvel card game.
You've been playing Marvel Snap?
Yeah, have you?
I've been playing. I haven't. I used to when it first came out. I played Marvel Snap, and then I stopped.
Mm. Yeah, no, I've been playing that. I enjoy it. I don't enjoy the fact that everybody basically has the same deck. But other than that, it's a decent game. I've also I played a little bit of Vermintide 2 with my brother. I played a little bit of Apex with my brother. I think Vermintide.
I'd have joined.
Well, you were both out of town.
He
Like
told us that he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he told us when he was doing it.
Yeah. So
Yeah, like you were with your girlfriend, and I was at like
Oh
Thanksgiving
shit, that's a whole update
party
that they
stuff.
don't know about. But yeah, keep going, Derek.
They don't. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get,
I'll say it for my turn. It's not my turn. Jeez. Spoiler, Edison.
Don't ruin it
My
for him,
bad. I was
boy.
just making a statement. All right, I'll just shut up. I'll just be over here.
But yeah, I was playing Vermintide 2 with him. It's such a good game. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, Vermintide 2 is a fun game.
Never
Um,
played it.
I mean, we should
It's
we should
basically like it's like Left 4 Dead, but like melee.
yeah we should get together
Never
as a
played
group
Left
and
4
play
Dead.
that.
If I got it, that means Ed got it, and if you got it, there you go. That's the Gatcha Gang playing Vermintide 2.
Yeah.
Mm.
No,
New video? Hashtag maybe? Oh, okay.
hashtag maybe. No, we should. We really should. It's a great game.
Go for it.
Um,
Kari likes Vermintide 2 also, so like Kari would join
You know what
us.
else Kari likes? Kari likes Naraka Blade Point.
Oh damn, I thought you were going to insult him, but I guess yeah, he likes Naraka Blade Point.
I've still never played that game.
It's fun.
But yeah.
Kari's a bitch.
But continue about your Vermintide.
Yeah, no, I mean, not much to say. If we play it together, then I think we'll have more to talk about. It was just fun. My Thanksgiving with my family, I all of my family is together right now while I'm out in Texas still. So, everybody from across the country got together and got to see each other, and that was cool, and I was very happy for them, and I got to video chat with them and then play games with my brother. So I mean, I get to spend time with my family, but in a little bit of a different way than most people were doing on the holiday. So that was nice. I definitely appreciated that. But when I got to talk to my aunt, who I've never formally gotten to meet, when I met her, I was an infant, so that doesn't really count. But
That's they'll be like, when I met you, you were so smooth.
yeah,
You mean when I was in diapers and I can't remember faces properly?
precisely. But yeah, it was
Thanks. Thanks.
it was really cool to get to talk to her and get to talk to my whole family. But yeah, that was nice. I've watched quite a few shows because, like I said last time, I'm not editing anything anymore, so I'm all caught up on things that I need to work on. So
I get so confused. I'm so used to you like always talking about editing. You're like, I'm not editing anymore. I'm like, what happened? And then I remember, oh yeah, you're done.
yeah, that video will be out this Saturday. When this podcast is out.
Oh boy.
Um.
Derek's trying to compete with the podcast.
Oh,
That's fucked up. How dare you?
every Saturday.
I would never, could not be me.
But
Neither would I.
last week, last Sunday I actually released another video. I ranked all the doctors from Doctor Who.
He did do that.
Because the 60th anniversary came out, and that's one of the many things that I watched.
Woo!
And that is a controversial shit show right now. Holy shit, is the internet divided on that? Like, it's bad, folks. Like, we're not just coming back. We are coming back with a vengeance, apparently. And yeah, people are very, very divided on it. I think that there's a lot to talk about in between. I don't think that everybody should be like, this is the greatest thing ever. No, this is the worst thing ever. I think there's something in between that we could talk about, but nobody wants to talk.
It's never. No, you're either extreme on one
Far
side
left
or
or
extreme
far
on the
right?
other. There's,
Far left or far right?
yeah.
That's all it is.
Man, come on, man, get it together.
Smoothly, moderate dudes, chill.
But yeah, I mostly enjoyed it, but I think that it lands somewhere in the middle. It's an okay episode, and I think people should calm the fuck down a little bit. But yeah.
I tell the internet to calm the fuck down. Are you
Yeah, I was like,
crazy?
you're asking a lot for the internet to calm down and like make sense. That doesn't work out, Derek.
Yeah, I know.
I don't
I'm
know what planet you're from, but here on Earth.
I'm being ridiculous. I'm aware. It's not gonna change the fact
Yeah,
that I think we all need
maybe
to chill
stop
the
that.
fuck out. But
And maybe not do that. You know, maybe accept that the internet doesn't make sense. You know.
no, I mean it's good. I also another thing that the internet basically forgot about after the day it came out was the Scott Pilgrim anime. Um, and I really enjoyed that, and nobody wanted to talk about that. It was like, oh, it's out, okay. And
Netflix, if I had Netflix, I'd watch it. The only thing stopping me is that I don't have access to Netflix.
do you not?
Yes, that's the only thing that stopped me is
I
I
mean,
do not have access to Netflix.
pretty sure if he asked a certain someone, he to have Netflix right now.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
She bums Netflix. She bums Netflix from a friend, so I could not get it from her.
Oh, never mind. Dang, she's a bum. Crazy.
She's got a bum leg. What?
She has a bum. Nah, she might
No,
watch this. Never mind.
no.
Let me not. let me not.
um, and I because of Black Friday and all the like really nice prices, I got Paramount Plus, and I tried to get into Star Trek. I mean, I watched Star Trek as a kid.
Is
But
that why you were trying to get it to play Star Trek online?
no, that's just a coincidence.
Oh,
Um,
oh.
I
That's Peacock there, man.
I decided I was gonna because there's a bunch of series that I've never tried. I decided to try five of
You
them.
can
The
watch
first
Twisted Metal.
I need Peacock for that.
Oh, I thought that was on Paramount. The P's, man, they fucked me up, dog.
Yep, I've always said that about Quincy. The P's fuck him up.
Whether
um,
they're
Paramount or
black-eyed.
Peacock.
did you say
Really,
whether they're black-eyed?
Yeah.
Thank you. You know what?
yeah, I don't. I
Golf,
don't.
golf
Black-eyed
clap,
peas.
golf clap. I appreciate that joke.
I do. I work hard sometimes. I work hard sometimes.
Good. You know what?
Yeah,
Good.
he does. He does. That is true.
Um, but yeah, so I tried a bunch of them, and there's a couple that I really like. One of them being Lower Decks, which is the comedy. And
I hear mostly good things about Lower Decks.
I like honestly the trailers did not do it justice, but the show itself, it's really funny. It's actually funnier than the Orville. I think it does its job better than the Orville, but I think the Orville is trying to be
Dang, he
serious.
said that, Quincy.
Well, no,
He
I
said
think
that. You gonna let him?
Do I have to know shit about Star Trek to get to understand the Lower Decks?
no, not really. There are certain jokes that are definitely like if you do watch Star Trek previously, you'll understand why they're making fun of this thing. But it doesn't make the joke any less funny. It's not like referential humor. It's it's just here's something wacky and wild. Like there's this really drunk Klingon in one of the episodes, and he's a complete alcoholic and he steals a ship. It's like even if you understood Klingons, this isn't how they act. It's just for the goof. Um,
Nah, this is exactly how they act. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah, man. I know that. Like you're talking about like drunk Klingons. Like, weren't they really like? Aren't they straight edge?
they're just they're not exactly. They drink the blood of their enemies mostly.
about. What?
Yeah, they're
Sounds straight edge to me.
You
like
want to run that?
their
You want to
idea.
run that Barbie? First of all, Quincy, what straight edge people are you talking to that drink the blood of their enemies?
Their idea of a high five is literally like physical violence when you meet somebody. So just
I like them.
What?
that's how the
I'm
Klingons work.
no.
I like them.
Picasso.
What is going
Hey,
on?
yo,
No,
yo, Tony, I ain't seen you, man. I ain't seen you either. Write that shit then. Fuck you. And we just fucking.
I'm so
And
concerned.
in the middle of the fight, we're like throwing blows, but catching. How's the wife and kids been? The kids been fine. How's your wife? How's your kids been doing? Fine. It's been all good. Yeah, it was wide open. I understand. Ari's been fine. She's growing like a weed, bro. Uppercuts me in the chin. No, she on track to be at least 6 feet tall, and I kick him in the shin and kick him in the face. Like, what is this? He's like, I have to respect his culture.
I have to respect his culture. I
How
mean,
he
you
says
do.
hi.
It'd be rude of you not. That's wild. I don't know how. Like, all right, man.
Um, one
Whatever
of
you say.
Sounds fun.
one of the other Star Trek
Sounds
shows I've been
dangerous.
watching is called Strange New Worlds, and it
Oh, did
literally
you watch Picard?
what?
Did you watch Picard?
No, no. Okay, I intentionally did not watch Picard
I heard
because,
nothing but bad things about it.
well, I
Wow.
mean, it.
Wow.
Part of my problem is I watched Next Generation and the original series with my parents when I was a kid, and I remember a lot of it, and I've revisited Next Generation a few times, but I was looking for something brand new. I didn't want something that was like member
Oh, okay.
berries. And that's everything I've heard about Picard is it's just like here's a bunch of stuff about old, all the old series. Like we're bringing back old characters. Isn't this crazy? And it's like, no, I don't. I don't
No,
really want
lacking
that.
some value.
I don't just want member berries. I want actual, plot. I want actual characters. I want an
Oh,
actual
what?
story.
Are you asking for substance?
Yes, I'm actually like
You
Sounds
will
like he's
eat
asking
this
for substance.
memberberry pie and shut the fuck up.
like I was I
That's
was
basically
really
what they say, and I don't know why you thought anything different. Acting real out of pocket, bro.
I mean, you're right. I'm being ridiculous because one of the things that I realized when doing my research to try and find a Star Trek show that I wanted to watch is that they're all connected, with the exception of Lower Decks. Well, even Lower Decks is
Yeah,
connected in some way, but they're all
yeah.
connected in some fucking way, and it's just like, are you serious? There's no series that is just its own thing. You're all incestuous like this. You all have to be related. Like, come on, there has to be something. Um, but no, not really.
Did you say that's hot, Quincy?
No, that sounded naughty, but
'Cause I don't.
like both work.
I. So it's like I don't think you should ever say that's hot when referring to incestuous anything. But yeah, go for it.
But I see that there's a bunch of different like veins, and if you can just find some that you want, Picard deserves to exist because the people who grew up with that series, they were
Yeah.
fans of that series when it was airing regularly. Um, you get a nice little thing, nice little treat. So I think that's fine. I didn't know they're all connected like that. Like I
So,
know it probably in some way there's some overarching connection, but you make it seem like they're really tightly
so
like wound or wound together basically.
some of them really are. Like in the case of the original series and Next Generation, there was nothing connecting them until there was a movie that connected the two of them. Um, and then
A
during
movie.
during Next Generation, they're like giving I don't remember the exact specifics, but they're giving supplies to build Deep Space Nine, and then that leads into Deep Space Nine, and then Voyager. They straight up need to go to Deep Space Nine in order to start Voyager. So that was a stupid thing when I started Voyager. And then Enterprise, despite taking place 100 years in the future, they start bringing in like the old characters, like older versions or like younger versions of characters and like family lines and stuff. And then the last episode of Enterprise is literally just the characters of Next Generation watching an episode of Enterprise. Um, So like, I was just,
Interesting.
I'm like, that's fucking wild. Brave New
Which Star
World.
Trek is the one where it's like it's the chick is the main character and it's like action focused or something like that?
I don't know that it's action focused, but you're the one where the oh no, you're talking about Discovery. Holy shit!
There you go.
I
Yeah.
watched the first episode of that. That is a steaming pile of crap. Holy fuck!
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Just wow.
Like here's the thing about Discovery. Okay, so yeah, the main character's a woman. That's their big selling point. There's
It's a
nothing
black
else.
woman. Woo.
There's nothing else going on in that. Um, there's nothing else going on in that first episode. It's her and her captain, and that is fucking it. Are you
That's all
enthralled?
you need, man.
No.
Yeah.
There's a
That's all
whole
you
I think
need.
I heard.
Captivated.
There's a whole
Well,
ship
hold
there. There's a
on.
bunch of characters. Why aren't like all of the other shows try to like at least let you get to know a little bit about all these characters and then spend big episodes on those characters individually. That first episode is just number 1 and her captain and fucking nothing
That's
else.
all you need, bro.
Now,
So,
Derek, I do have to pull this card on you.
Okay.
One of your favorite anime series, the first episode was just an exposition dump.
What anime?
Didn't you say one of the Fates? First
Yeah,
episode
all
was
right.
just
Fuck off. I hate that episode. That's Fate Zero, and I
dang.
fucking hate it. Like,
Great.
don't try and play that card on me, Quincy. I have
I'm
said
just saying.
I have said
I'm
on
just
record.
saying. You should probably watch the second episode to get at least the first three. Because think about like
That
that's
is
why that's
watch
why
the first
when
three.
that's why when like they had reviewers review WandaVision, they gave them the first three because the first two, everyone we don't know what the fuck's going on in WandaVision the first two episodes.
We did not. I mean, we did not.
At least we're in color now, I guess. What's happening? I don't know.
James, I'm scared. What's going on?
So I
Alright.
hear mixed to I hear middling, like lower middling things about it. But yeah, I'd say at least watch like the second, third episode.
I mean, both of my
Ah,
parents
Derek,
say that it gets
don't let the
better.
patriarchy tell you how to live your life.
Well, no, like I said,
Both your parents say it's bad too.
no, both of them say that it gets the first episode is bad and the rest of the season is better. So
Oh, okay.
I will give it a
Okay.
second chance
see,
at
there you go.
another point in time, but right now I'm going to focus on Strange New Worlds and then and I'm finishing Lower Decks at the same time cuz like sometimes I'm in the mood for a drama, sometimes I'm in the mood for a comedy. Although Brave New Worlds can be funny at times. Like there's this whole episode where there's these two important members of the crew who are very much like stuck up and they get shit from their crew that you need to be more flexible. So they just start dicking around the ship while everybody's on shore leave, and that was kind of a fun episode. I like that.
I like stuff like that.
Yeah, but other than that, that's the I think that's everything. Star Trek, Scott Pilgrim, yeah,
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who,
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. What about you? What about you, Ed?
Yeah. Well, let's start off with
Gaming
what?
wise,
Yeah,
what were you
gaming
gonna
wise.
say, Quincy? Oh,
I
gaming
was gonna say
wise,
let's
what
talk
have I
about
been
last week,
playing?
but like that's so we caught up in gaming wise. So keep going.
Yeah, gaming wise, I don't know. I was playing a little bit of Baldur's Gate because I didn't. Last week was kind of real busy and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't get to play much games either.
Yeah, I didn't really get to play many games because like I left to my sister's house. Yeah, because all that was the week of Thanksgiving, so I left to my sister's house Sunday so I can get my hair done, and then I had to wait until Monday. It was super late, and yeah, just kind of got my hair done. I mean, I played. I mean, it was pretty. It was still fun because what you call it? I was playing on my PlayStation. I've been playing Fortnite still a lot. That's nothing new.
I played a little bit of that
Baldur's
with
Gate.
Ed.
Yeah.
I still need I need to at least get to. God damn, I that battle pass. I want to at least get like the cat chick, both of her skins
Oh,
before the battle pass.
Lynx.
Yeah,
Oh, are there two inside the regular version of the battle pass?
isn't there? There's usually is two. There usually is two for every skin. But oh yeah, the battle
No.
pass is
Oh,
smaller.
yeah, it's way smaller. I don't know. I know in order to get everything in the like the actual part of the battle pass, not the bonus stuff, you need to get up to level 52. And then if you want to get everything inside the bonus battle pass, you have to get up to level 70.
And we get to see Eminem on the second, right? Thanks.
Yeah, yeah, because that's when the battle pass is over.
I'm gonna miss that, unfortunately.
I did play Mario
Does
Party.
he just have the Venom
I did
skin?
play
Because as soon as he does Venom,
Stuff. No,
we'll,
I don't
we'll,
even.
we'll
I
have
didn't
the
know
black
that
squad,
part
the
of it.
black suit on. We'll have the black suit on. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah,
get
yeah.
it.
Spider-Man. There you go. There you go. Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah.
We in there. We in there. Yeah, no, played some Mario Party with my grandniece and my nephew. That
That's
was a
adorable.
fun time. Yeah, because while we were waiting on my Switch to charge, because I never keep that thing charged, we basically pretended to do a comedy special,
Oh,
and that was pretty fun. Yeah, yeah, like we got there, we were just
25 on
dicking
Rotten
around.
Tomatoes.
Wow, okay. Um, yeah, it
That,
was just
that was the
hilarious.
critic audience's 87 G's.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, I'll take some Five
Damn.
Nights at Freddy's reviews for some Five Nights at Freddy's review scores. Um, yeah, and it was funny because my nephew he came out and we did the whole thing. Like we played the what was it? Was it Jeopardy or Family Feud intro music or whatever? As him coming in, he did some dad jokes. I had the soundboard ready and
Not the
everything. We had some
soundboard.
booze. Yep, had the booze, the clapping, the laughing and everything. It was hilarious. It was great. Um, yeah,
Get a
played
real
that.
job.
No, it was funny because when we were like, she's only 7, but it's hilarious to make her mad. So like, she was doing jokes, and you know the like cough sniff thing that it'll do when it's dead silent.
Yeah.
yeah.
My nephew decided to, yeah. So she did a joke, quote unquote, whatever she was doing, and it was dead silent, and he just went. I just started dying. We were dying. I've even pulled out the crickets on my phone for that sound. The same one that I used for
Savage.
Derek in that one old
Savage.
freaking raid video we did. It was hilarious. It was honestly like the funniest night ever. It was just outright hilarious. Yeah, and then yeah, played. Oh, I actually played 112 operator, which it's 911 operator, 112, whichever one. The difference is 112 operator is based in Europe, the other one is based in America, obviously.
Mm.
And it's basically you literally just send people to like do like what needs to be done, send them to certain places. If there's a fire, if there's like something that involves like police, like traffic or whatever, you send the ambulance and everything. The calls are wild because you get actual calls that you have to answer and like select different dialogue options to try and help them out and whatnot. And there was one dude, he called and he was like, "Hey, I have a knife in my leg." And I was like trying to get the proper information, like what happened, are you okay? He's just like, "I just need to know what to do." And I was like, just leave it in, because if you take it out, it's more dangerous. You might bleed out and everything. And I was trying to get information, like, so I can send an ambulance. I was like, where are you? What's your address? What happened? Blah, blah. What's your name? And the dude was like, if you keep asking me questions, I'm going to hang up. And I was like, okay, dick.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm trying to help. And I was like, what do you mean? And then he just hung up. And then
Why
come to
the
find
fuck
out
would you?
later.
It's like if you ask another question, hang up. What do you mean? Hangs up. The
Yeah,
fuck?
this was like, what are you trying to help you? And he hung up. And like at the end, you can go over what happens in every situation that you like, sent and responded to and everything, even the ones that weren't the calls. So I
Interesting.
looked, and the fact was he wasn't trying to give out his name and information because he was a robber. He had gotten stabbed in an
Oh,
attempted robbery that he was committing. So
interesting.
yeah, there was that. Yeah, there was that.
Oh,
There's another. It
those are
was
layers.
yeah.
It's like an
It's pretty
ogre.
fun. It gets wild. But yeah, it's just like an ogre. It has layers.
Oh, so wait,
Glitch also fires.
is there a way to do the well, phase two, but is there a way to do the dialogue in a way so that way you would have known he's a robber, so you know got the
That I
authorities
don't
there?
know. That I don't know. I think because you can send whoever. Because like obviously a bubble will pop up like just for random situations that are happening. Because there's the random situations that happen in your district, and then there's the calls that you get. The random situations that happen, you can send. It'll give you a quick little prompt of what it is. It'll be like, oh, loud party or car accident, blah blah blah, fire. You can send uh it'll be the color because there's white, red, and blue. So you can send a color that corresponds to the car. So if it's like, oh, this type of situation, if it's a loud party, it's usually a police thing. You can just send a police. But if there's like a someone's injured and it gives you a quick little sit rep on what's going on, you might be like, oh, I might have to send police. And especially with the calls. With the calls, you might have it'll be like it'll pop up and it'll be like send ambulance. So you send that, but you can also send police just in case anything else like might happen depending on the situation. Because there was one thing, because I was playing it with Sarah because it's a Sarah game, and there was one thing where it's a fire. There's a dude.
Intense
He
ass Sarah
calls. He's
game.
like, huh?
It's an intense ass Sarah game.
Yeah, and a dude will call, and I guess it's like it's that same dude for like every level one or whatever. So he'll call and he'll be like, "There's a fire," and she's like, "Oh, I remember this guy. You're gonna want to send like an ambulance and the fire department and the police and
Spoilers.
whatnot." Yeah, like I didn't know. I was like, "Hey, I'll do that," because the only thing that can really change is like the dialogue options. Like different situations might happen depending on what you say. So
Mhm.
he was trying to be a hero, and I was telling him like, no, don't do that. It's a fire. Because he was like, my sister's in there, and I gotta warn everybody, and blah 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 blah. So I was like, no, like just stay outside. Fire department and everybody, like, first responders will be on the way. He's like, no, and then he's still on the phone. He goes in. He's like, cause my sister's in there. He goes in. He's trying to wake everybody up. He's like, hey, get out! There's a fire! There's a fire! It's like, oh, where's my sister? There's a fire! And then you just hear a big explosion.
Oh
Oh, he
shit.
And
damn.
yeah, he because at the end, you'll get emails and stuff. And there was an email. It was like, oh, I hope like do you know that you like what you do costs lives and everything and blah blah blah. And I was like, I was trying to help he and like it's actually pretty wild. And as you get further in the game, the districts expand. So you start off with one district and then later on you'll get like basically that entire area. So it's just this huge map and it's just chaotic and there's different types of responders. There's like air medics and everything that you can send. There's helicopters, there's like high speed chases. You can send all that different. It's pretty intense. It's pretty cool though. Pretty cool. So that was fun. Um, Played Ligretto because we went over to Sarah's Thanksgiving for her family get together and everything. And Tori and Danny were there, so I had Ligretto. We played that. We played Scat, which is a card game where you're basically trying to get 31 in the same suit,
It's a
and very
game
similar
about
to
poop.
no. Um, we're all bringing it back around to poop. And so we played that. That was fun, and just had an overall good time. It was a pretty good time. And then Saturday we went to uh, Tyler's family's place for a get together for Christmas because they weren't going to be able to actually do Christmas because scheduling. He was away, so wouldn't have had an actual whole like get together, and that was fun. Just had a real good time doing that. And then anime, like TV wise, I've been rewatching Invincible since season two came out. So I like got caught up on season two, and then rewatched season one, and it's just pretty good because I've read the comics, so but it's been so long, and when it comes to me and reading anything that gets adapted in actual like motion picture, I more so am just there just to see how everything gets like animated and stuff,
Hmm.
to see what they do, what they might do differently and everything, because there's some differences between the show and the comic. So just excited to see how that all plays out, and it's been real good. It's been real fun. Rewatching season one has been pretty cool. Still don't like season one Amber because I got to the scene where there, for anybody that hasn't seen it in season one, spoilers. Um, they Amber doesn't know that he's a superhero, so it's that thing of and he's Mark's having issues because obviously he has to like spend a lot of time with her, or he has to leave like mid date or whatever to go help out with something, and they they reconcile a little bit, and he's like, I'm gonna do better, blah blah blah, and then they go off to like visit this college that they might want to go to, and he has to like leave again because something happens, so he has the superhero again, and she gets mad at him. He finally decides, okay, I have to tell her because this is ruining everything. Like she has to know that the reason that all this is happening is because I'm a superhero. He goes to tell her, and she's just like unfazed, and she's like, yeah, I knew for weeks, and he's like, so what are we fighting about? And she does the whole thing, you lied to me, blah blah blah, yada yada. And it's just so frustrating because it's like, if you knew, like, I get it, you wanted him to trust you enough to let you know who he is and what he does, and it's a form of trust, letting someone that you love know about your secret identity. I get that, but at the same time, you understand how secret identities work, so like, you know why he didn't tell you. So it's just a thing to me that always seems like you're being difficult for difficulty's sake, and it's annoying, and I don't like that made me not like Amber as so it's
Like
just
that
yeah.
didn't make it didn't make because it doesn't make any sense to me, especially the fact where she would because that whole school thing where she was like, "Where were you at? Where were you at? You left me by myself. Where'd you go? Where'd you go?" And then he's like, "Okay, I'm invincible. I knew that. Then why are you making such a big deal where I was at? You saw me fighting for my
Yeah,
life."
and I think because I think what it was like, if you think about it from I don't know if that's what the writers were going for or whatnot, but if you think about it from like a real life perspective, that's probably her trying to force it out of him in that moment and
Yeah,
everything.
that's what it sounds like.
Is Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. It's like you know, because she said she knew for weeks, and so she had known for weeks, and so knowing in that moment, asking where'd you go, you're wanting him to tell you that, oh, this has happened, like I went because I'm invincible. Like you wanted it in that moment, but because he didn't, now you're even more upset because he didn't tell you when you wanted him to tell you, and it just caused more problems.
It
And
didn't
it's
like the
just
way she was talking. It didn't seem like she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to get him to spill the truth." And like she was like genuinely concerned, which is why we were all
yeah,
confused when she was just like, "Oh, I knew for weeks." And I was like, "Bitch, you
yeah,
saw me
yeah,
fighting
because
for my life. I was getting my shit rocked."
yeah, yeah, but she's just like, tell me, it's trust and blah blah blah. I'm like, I get it, trust. It is trust. She's not wrong about that. But the fact you knew for weeks, and like, it works both ways. You could have told him, like, hey, I know that you're this. I know that yada yada, difficulty, secret identity, blah blah blah. I get it. But by her telling him that she knows, you'd be like, hey, I know the risks, so I'm willing to accept that to be with you. And then everything could have been good. So it takes, both of them are to blame. Mark for not telling her, because Eve even told him, like, she's like, yeah, if you tell her your secret identity, like, you have to be sure that that's who you want to be with, because you can't just go around telling your secret identity to everybody. So like, they both had the opportunity to do the right thing in that situation, and they didn't because of whatever circumstances were going on and how they felt about the whole thing. So it's just,
Yeah, whatever. I can't wait for him to just be a thing, so we don't have to worry about it
yeah,
anyway.
yeah. I just need them to be a thing too. It's just him and Amber. Like, she's cool. Like, after she knew, everything, and like they're cool. It's fine, but like just the lead up to it is like, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't. I probably would have been okay with being broken up with Amber. What you did, I wouldn't have went back. That's all I'm gonna say. But
Was it
besides
like
that,
that?
nothing else really. Yeah,
But it's
nothing
Ozzy
else really.
Beats.
It is Ozzy Beats, which I keep forgetting every time. I'm like, every time I pull up the X-ray just to see who's voicing who, and I'm like, Zazie Beats. Oh snap, she's Amber. She is Amber. Forgot about that. But besides that, just been keeping up with like my weekly anime, mainly Jujutsu Kaisen, and yeah, because that's about it. Jujutsu Kaisen is pretty hilarious and funny. Did you watch the latest episode, Derek? Or do you
No,
still not have Crunchyroll?
I don't have Crunchyroll. I'll watch everything when the season's
Okay.
over, maybe. But
Okay.
I'll watch it at some point. You know me. I'm not against it or anything.
Yeah, yeah. But it's just funny. Yuji and Mahito, like Mahito mocking Yuji yelling was honestly a super hilarious point, and I just thought it was super funny. I had a good time with it. But other than that, nothing else really besides the Honkai Star Rail. But that's just normal stuff, and nothing really new there. So yeah, Quincy, what about you? What's been going on in your life? Anything new? Anything interesting?
I just went to was at Thanksgiving with the fam, and then
Yeah.
gaming wise, uh, tragically, River City Gross 2 was on sale for literally 7 hours.
Oh, I mean, it's
What?
not funny at all. I'm deeply sorry for your loss.
Why was
Yeah,
that a thing?
yeah, because like I
I got
wanted
my
it.
game. I got my game I wanted.
Yeah, like because
I
River
got
City
my.
Girls 2 was on sale for like $27. And I all my budget that I could spend before I get paid again was like I could probably spend at most like maybe like 21. So it was like above the
Can you
budget of
do
like what I
something
could
for
just
me?
throw in. So I was just like, oh, this fucking sucks. Then I was like, okay, well, I looked at all the other games. All the other games, they said the deal goes all the way to December 20th. And I was like, oh, okay, no, I'll just get it when I get paid. How long is River City Girls 2 gonna be on sale? And it was like 7 hours. And I was like, what the fuck, bro?
Does it tell you when it starts, like when it started, or does it just tell you the
Yeah,
remaining time?
yeah, it just remained kind of all it does is count down.
Uh,
So,
yeah, dang, crazy.
it was some bullshit. So like
Deeply
I was
sorry
like,
for your loss.
yeah, it was pretty fucking trash. I wish I had River City Girls too, but I guess I'll just fucking wait whatever the fuck. So I was just like, you know what? I'll just play River City Girls 1. So I was playing River City Girls 1.
You also missed out on the amazingness that was Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash.
Oh
My
Lord,
God.
this
when
guy.
when you brought that up, I'm like, we need to play it as a group, as a family.
As a family.
Big bouncing anime titties.
For Derek's sake. It's really for Derek's happiness.
I
Yeah,
mean,
really.
we all could have enjoyed it. What? I mean, come on.
I mean,
Uh,
you definitely, Quincy maybe, me indifference.
I don't know. You've been the one that's been the most zesty the last couple days.
You mean yesterday and
I don't know.
actively talking? It wasn't like,
The meme you posted today was like,
oh, yeah, because I like, I thought it was funny. I thought it
yeah,
was a
that's
TBI.
zesty. That's zesty.
All right. I'll accept the zesty allegations.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty fucking zesty.
I mean, because it's the truth though. Like, at least in my experience.
listen, it was we were just talking about making soda. That's all it was. We were just trying to make a
Yeah, had the
hurricane.
extra zest to soda. Like what? I don't know what soda you're making, Derek. I don't want that soda.
Yeah, you do. Come on, boy.
No. Yeah. So what?
Other than
So
that, I've been playing wise. I played some. I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy, trying to get through that. I
nice,
just
nice,
learned of
nice.
Vada Kedavra. Ooh,
Ooh,
um,
he's
and
a
it
bad
fucking
man.
works.
Oh yeah,
Like, holy
yeah,
shit, does it work? Like,
yeah.
I saw a troll. Most time a troll takes a bit to kill. He was like 2 levels higher than me. Oh, fuck. But that nigga buckled and died. I was like, oh,
Yeah, because hear me out. Hear me out. That's how the spell works. But yeah,
holy shit. So, what about it now,
but he's been murking people.
Yo, it's ain't gonna
He's
lie,
a
it's
bad
not.
person.
I'm not a bad person because it's not.
Nice,
It's not.
nice. You're a bad person.
Now, I just can't wait now. Like, anytime, like just like that big ass fucking spider that took me like 2 hours to beat. Oh man, if I find a variant of that, oh father, man, I can't wait. Um, I have so much power and I love it. Now I see why it's forbidden. But
Yeah, yeah. I want his hubris to be his downfall.
Unfortunately, it's
uh,
not that kind of game.
played a bit of Remnant
Yeah,
2 because Remnant Two's
unfortunately.
DLC came out. That was fun. Some beat through Remnant's DLC. Kind of building up my class in Remnant. It's kind of fun. I did get EA Play, so I've been playing a little bit of Dead Space, and I've been playing Wild Hearts, which is the Koei
Still,
Tecmo Monster Hunter variant. It's not
Is
bad.
that multiplayer? Is that single player?
It's multiplayer.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's pretty enjoyable.
Wow, 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 hearts.
It's pretty enjoyable if I do say so myself. I played a bit of Naraka Marlin earlier, like this week or last week or whatever. You got 2 dubs. That was fun. Um, yeah, all good things. All good
Nice,
things.
nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Good, 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 good.
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I haven't been watching nothing too crazy.
I mean, I think the thing is like we haven't been watching the same stuff. I think we would have a
Well, I
lot
mean, we don't
more.
need to be watching the same
No,
stuff.
no, no.
Like, I feel like it's.
I think we would all have more to say if we were watching the same stuff.
Nancy Drew. I did also have to watch Nancy Drew.
Still?
Yeah, there's a lot of Nancy Drew. Oh, and I did was watch. I was watching Doctor Who. I forgot about. I was watching some Doctor Who.
Oh,
I haven't.
yeah.
Yeah,
Let's talk about that
I,
shit.
yeah. I didn't get. I don't think I finished the episode after the season finale of the last season that I watched.
Okay.
I still
Can
gotta watch Jodie Whittaker's last season.
can we can we talk about what you have seen though?
No, yeah, like basically
This is
everything
really
from
just the Derek wants to talk about Doctor Who. That's what this.
this shit.
Well,
I could.
That's really what this podcast is for today.
well, okay. You finally got to the thing
Tell me I'm
that
wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
you're
Tell me
not
I'm wrong.
wrong. You're not wrong. I have to agree with
There we
that.
go.
He's not
Yeah,
wrong.
there it is. There
Um,
we go.
it's so you finally got to something that I've been waiting for because people are mad right now at the new episode, but you got to an episode that pissed people the fuck off when it first came out.
Yeah, I
Um,
can really see that piss people off. That really changes everything we know about the Doctor.
yeah, and I mean I've
Oh, is it I think I know what episode it is. Is this the episode Jodie Whittaker regenerates and turns back into
no, no, you
Oh, never
no,
mind.
I don't think
just
I made it
No.
that far yet.
just no, Ed. um,
Oh, okay, my bad. I think because that's the only thing that I know that would definitely change everything we know about the Doctor. But
well, I mean that's very
never mind.
that's the end of her run. I mean that leads into what we're currently dealing with. and like why.
Well,
I mean,
This changes the doc. That's just the doctor regenerating is nothing new, but changing his entire race is new.
yeah. So
oh, I was
he
talking about changing into a previous version of himself.
I
no.
saw that. No, yeah,
Oh yeah.
that happens.
That was
Well, I mean
unavoidable.
that doesn't
Oh, that
happen,
does.
but the regeneration. Well, not
Yeah,
turning
I
to a
was saying.
previous version, but regenerating happens.
Well, I mean,
No, I know
okay.
regenerating happens. I was talking about the previous version specifically.
So it's not that big of a stretch. We all figured it was coming. Because
Mm.
at the end of the 50th anniversary, an older version of the Fourth Doctor shows up called the Caretaker, and he implies that you're gonna start changing into old versions of yourself. And so we knew it was coming at some point. We kind of thought it was gonna happen off camera, but then eventually Jodie Whittaker becomes David Tennant. So, um, yeah. So that's a
We
whole
know what the fuck the doctor is now.
what? We don't
Do we
know.
know what the doctor is?
No, okay, and so that's part of the problem with Flux, and I need to defend Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker a little bit because people hate them. People absolutely hate them because of the Timeless Child and the fact that it never gets explained after the Timeless Child happens. And they hint that they're going to, but they're not going to. And it genuinely isn't their fault. It's COVID's fault because he had a whole 10 episode season planned for Jodie Whittaker's final season, and COVID happened, and
As it
they
does.
they were all told that the show is canceled, and so they all started looking for new work. And apparently, according to Chris Chibnall, who was the showrunner at the time, Jodie Whittaker got a big job lined up. He never said what it was. She's never said what it was, but it was apparently a big deal to her. And when they found out that they didn't get to keep that they all needed to go back and do Doctor Who again, she got really dejected because she was looking forward to whatever that new job was. Um, and so they then had to do this season that was only going to be 8 episodes long now. And he's like, okay, let's just make it one big story, and we'll try and tie up the loose ends to the Timeless Child in that. And while they were filming it, they got bumped from 8 episodes to 6 episodes in the middle of filming those 8 episodes. So he had to cut a ton of shit. And as a result, we all assume that tying up the loose ends to the Timeless Children is part of that. Uh, I have my own fan theories. I've talked about them in a video before. I think a lot of people have fan theories about them. It's a lot of people just want them to erase the Timeless Child. I don't think that you need to. I don't think that it's quite that bad. I think that you can make the Fugitive Doctor and the Timeless Child work separately, and it's not going to be that big of a deal. I also don't necessarily hate the twist like a lot of people do. I think it's an okay twist.
Faculty
Um,
sectarian.
yeah, then there's Tech Tyoon. Um, but I get it. I get why it was so heated and hated. But I think that people need to, especially with Doctor Who, people just need to calm the fuck down. It's gonna be all right. I mean, this show has existed for 60 years now. If you think that some of this shit's bad, you maybe should go watch some old stuff, because I can promise you that there's some old stuff that's gonna piss you off too. Um, you know,
Nah, man, it's only perfection.
You know what it means to us. Like, if it ain't in color, it ain't respected.
If it ain't in color, it ain't respected.
I mean, I
Quincy,
actually
2023.
I kind of dig the old black and white stuff. But that's just me, I guess.
You would.
But yeah, it's like I think that the the stuff with Tech Tyun and the stuff with, I mean, when Quincy was watching it, all he did was I'm just sitting there minding my own white ass business, and I get a text. we in the group chat, it just says Tech Tyun, and I'm like, he's there, he did it, my boy did it, he's finally there.
The prodigal son returns.
Prodigal son returns. I was so fucking happy when he did that. But yeah, I think it's really interesting. I think there's a lot of interesting things in there that have kind of been lost. Like the fact that watch the master during that whole thing, and he's like, I didn't know that. Did you know that? And he's like watching her for reactions, which is part of the reason that I think he's making shit up as he's going along. I don't think that the Timeless Child is 100% the truth.
Yeah.
It really, like, I think that there is truth to it, but I don't personally believe that the Doctor is the Timeless Child.
So you think the Timeless Child exists, but it's not the Doctor.
I think it's the Master. I think the Master is the Timeless Child. Because why else would the Master have found out about the Timeless Child and then destroyed Gallifrey? He's mad that he was lied to for so many years, and now he's just trying to mind fuck the Doctor. Like
That's
that.
just crazy.
That's what I believe the Timeless Child is, and that everything involving the fugitive Doctor is something completely different. It has nothing to do with like it has nothing to do with her before the first Doctor. I genuinely believe that the fugitive Doctor is actually somewhere between the second Doctor and the third Doctor, since we don't actually see the second Doctor turn into the third Doctor, so that's kind of important.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's we never got to see that actually, and then on top of that,
thing to not see, but okay.
it is explored in the audio dramas that after the second Doctor's final episode, more shit happens that they don't show you. And so there's a whole arc between the second Doctor's last episode and the third Doctor's first episode. There's a ton of shit going on. And it's even implied when the second Doctor shows up again in the sixth Doctor season, and the sixth Doctor's like, wait a minute, none of this shit happened. And the second Doctor's like, but it did. And he's like, but why do you have that item? Why, I never got that item. He goes, but obviously I have that item, so what are you talking about? And he's working for the Time Lords. Division is the Doctor working for the Time Lords. So there's some implications that maybe the fugitive Doctor isn't before the first Doctor. Maybe the fugitive Doctor is actually somewhere between the second and the third. We'll see. It hasn't been
conspiracy theories with Derek.
It is absolute. It's 100% fan theories with Derek. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it's that big of a thing. I think a lot of people were freaking out over it, and it's like, I mean, come on. You don't need to be mad about this. I get that it makes the Doctor 10 times more important than they need to be, right? Like let's actually have the Doctor be important on their own. They don't have to be important to the whole species, right? But I genuinely I think if it turns out that the Master is the child, then I think more people, that would make more sense to more people. So yeah, I want to see where it goes. Sorry, go ahead, Ed.
Oh no, this is Doctor Who. I know nothing.
A lot of people want them to just forget about it and erase it completely. I think that would be ignorant and asinine. I think that it's important that they bring back the Timeless Child stuff. But who knows if we actually will. I I'm genuinely I'm excited to see where we're gonna go with these specials, especially the fact that episode 3 we're getting Neil Patrick Harris as the toy maker, who is a villain from the original Doctor's era. Um,
Yes.
so that'll be fun. In fact, he's a character that we don't even have all the episodes for him. So if you're like, oh, I want to go see where this guy's from, guess what? We don't have all 4 of those episodes. We only have 2 of them. So
We don't need all 4.
that's really kind of interesting. But I'm very very excited to see where things are going to go. They've revealed multiple times that the next episode coming up, Wild Blue Yonder, they haven't shown much, if anything, in the trailers for this episode. So we're curious to see what we're gonna get, because it's really looking like this is gonna be something big is gonna happen, and they're intentionally hiding shit from us. So I'm curious. I'm also really excited to see when Ncuti Gatwa comes and becomes the Doctor, because I think that he could do good things for the show.
Can he really, though?
I hope so.
Also, I got a girlfriend.
Also, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Also,
Just
Quincy got a
throw it out
girlfriend.
there. Quincy has a girlfriend.
Sorry,
Tell us, Quincy.
I
tell
turned
us
this into
about
the
this
Doctor Who
fine,
episode.
fair maiden that you have had the pleasure of courting.
Um, I saw it. So I was supposed to, see her on like what day was that? I think it was like Wednesday, was it
Wednesday.
Tuesday?
We were all. I was trying to talk to you guys on Wednesday. I think it was.
What? Because I know I was going down and I was at my aunt's house. No, it was the week before Thanksgiving.
Mm.
I remember the day, it was the 19th, so it was the 18th. And if I was able to spend the night, then it had to have been like a weekend day. So, yeah. So I'm pretty sure it had to have been like a day. So I was going down
Nice.
to so I was going down there and I was like, oh yeah, we're supposed to go do something. But then, she texted me saying she wasn't going to make it because, it was raining and she doesn't like to drive in the rain. And but then she was like, oh, but the rain stopped and she was packing her car. So I thought she was coming, but no, that's just her telling me if the rain stopped, she was packing her car. And so I drove all the way down to LA and I was like, oh, and she told me like, oh, I'm leaving now. And that time it was like 9-ish. So I was like, oh, she is not going to be down here in time. And then so I was like, oh, I'm in LA. She's like, oh, well, you can stay and then we could do something tomorrow maybe. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess since I'm out here, might as well stay. So then, next day comes. Uh, oh, it was a Saturday because I remember
It
I had
was a
my aunt.
Saturday.
Yeah, because I remember I had my aunt's house to myself because of the fact that my parents and my aunt went to church on a Sunday.
Mm.
There you go. So it happened. So now we're on a Sunday, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm ready to go. Let's do this thing." I went over there. It was at a parking lot. We were supposed to go inside, but we didn't go inside for reasons. And then I was just, I asked, and then she said, "Yeah."
Cute. Lovely. Now
Adorable,
he has a
even.
girlfriend. So now we're in the Quincy girlfriend loop. He's which means now he's going to
He's gonna what?
What? I'm going
He's
to what?
he's gonna what?
What's
he's
happening?
he's gonna disconnect. Is that what's gonna
Nah,
happen?
nah. Ed knows too much. I had to stop him for you to tell the truth. He must be stopped.
He's a problem.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah,
menace.
yeah. Anyone else have some shit to say? Remember, that could be you next.
friends.
All right, are you
Hello.
back?
Ah,
You back? You left
Yeah,
us on a
let him know.
cliffhanger
Hey,
there, buddy.
I must have hit my
choose
mic
your
and it.
words carefully.
Oh, I was just gonna say exactly what I was planning on saying, which was now since we're in the Quincy girlfriend loop, now we have to go back to that status quo, which is Quincy will now ignore us and uh, not talk to us for at least a month.
I still talk to you guys. We still play games and stuff,
I
Vermintide and
mean,
whatnot.
kind of.
Yeah. We got Vermintide planned. Do stuff, and then you're going through that loop without a girlfriend. And yes, you could say you don't leave the party, but bitch, you are not talking to us.
Oh,
I talk to you
No,
guys. You
not
talk to
Derek.
us.
Is he talking to us?
oh, Ed. No, I
Well,
mean,
yes.
now I'm the one who's the most open, and I'm like, guys, guys.
And, all right, Derek. Put it this. I'll ask you this: who
Okay,
talks more when they're with? We'll just say girlfriend. We'll just say girlfriend to cause no issues or whatever. Who
fine,
talks more
fair
when they're
enough.
on the phone with their girlfriend? Me or Quincy?
I mean, of
Um,
course, you talk more. That wasn't the question. The
it
question was, does he
it's
talk to us when he's on the phone with her?
hold
Don't
on. It,
change the
And
question
I
to fit your
do. And I
narrative.
do. I've only okay. Only
No, no, I'm asking Derek.
no
And
no
no,
no no no
I've
no
been
no.
on the phone. I've been on the phone with you.
all right,
I've been in the party with you. You don't talk,
all right.
really.
Hold
You
on.
you may
Okay,
chuckle.
for the past like 2 or 3 times, I have not talked. I'll admit that for the last like 2 or 3 times, but
Majority of the time,
majority of the time I'm talking to you guys, and you
you're
know it.
not.
Majority of the time you are
You're
not
not.
talking to
Kari
us.
was there too. Kari was there too. Kari's witnessed it too.
That's part of the 3 times that I wasn't talking to you guys.
So,
But usually I'm talking to you guys. I'm
boys,
interacting with you
You're
guys
not.
fully.
ladies, you're both pretty.
Most of the time, you're
I
not,
know I'm
man.
beautiful. Most of the time I am. Most of the time you're not.
No,
And you
no,
can't deny that.
I'm not denying that. Why are you trying to flip I'm saying you don't talk.
I
So,
do
You
talk.
don't.
I do.
I be trying to talk to you. You be like, ah, yeah, Sarah, this. So like, okay, never mind. So I just don't try to interact with you when you're on the phone with Sarah.
here's since the question was taken to me, let me say you're both equally bad. Um,
Thank you.
because both of you will after the podcast, either one of you or both of you will disappear, and then the next week the other one or both of you will disappear. So it's known to happen. And so I see Quincy join, or I see Quincy create PlayStation parties a lot. So I know that he does have free time. I know that he is spending time with people. But at the same time, I know that Ed has been in parties with me a lot. So just the two of us. So I can't say that Ed isn't, and I can't say that Quincy isn't either, because you're both around, just separately. Um, so yeah, I don't think that either one of you is better or
Don't worry,
worse
baby
than the
boy.
other.
I'll come back with the milk. Don't worry.
So look at that. We're equal. So all that shit you say about me being terrible, you were talking about yourself too.
I don't like that. Now I got to do better, be better, and I have a simple solution for this problem.
What's that?
It
I'll implement it. Don't worry about it.
Oh no.
sounds like a bit also. And two, at
It's
least at
not a
least the,
bit.
at least the person at least the person I'm on the phone with actually sucks my dick.
Damn.
Whoa!
Damn.
Whoa!
All right. That was
I'm not concerned
unnecessary.
with that at all.
Low
Yeah.
blow. Holy shit.
Whoa.
What was that,
I am not
Quincy?
concerned about that at all, and you know I'm not. So I don't know what that just felt like a personal attack.
Damn. You need to calm down there, Bucko. That was
But
unfucking
it's fine.
necessary.
That was entirely unnecessary.
It's like, oh yeah,
You
would you
know,
mind
I don't
passing the
engage
mashed
in this.
potatoes? Of course. Would you like fasten macaroni and cheese? Yes. Quincy, what's that? That's a live grenade. Why'd you bring a live grenade to Thanksgiving dinner?
Yeah, that's Quincy. Right? He pulled the pin before anything happened. You walked the door with it already armed.
Why'd you come to Thanksgiving with a live grenade? That's what we were
Just in
doing.
case. No, no.
I thought it was
That's what
that
we were
kind of
doing.
Thanksgiving.
I thought you guys were the weird ones for bringing food. It's like, listen, if we all brought food and you were the only one that brought ammunition, wouldn't that make you the weird one?
Oh,
It's like,
shit.
nah, I just thought that y'all were just
Yeah.
doing a weird thing. I just
I was like, that turkey's
no.
not gonna do much
Me,
damage. It's cooked. It's better if it's frozen.
It's not gonna do much damage.
Yeah, if it was frozen, like it's not turkey. Like I thought we were trying to harm everybody. A little salmonella would help with that, but Quincy came here to attack. Quincy was on demon time.
Yeah,
I see you woke
apparently.
up and just strapped on the Black Air Forces on there, buddy. Just
Yeah.
strapped up and ready to go.
Nah, I
I
mean,
did that. I did
Well,
that math
basically,
wrong.
the point of the what? You know what? I'm gonna let him have that. Don't you didn't do the math wrong. The math did itself wrong. The person who made math was wrong.
I'm, I'm pretty no. Thank you
Nah,
for being
yep,
on my side for
yeah.
that. But at the same,
There you
no,
go.
I did do math wrong. I did entirely do math wrong.
But basically, what I was saying by the outburst was that
The grenade.
I put the pin back in. Okay.
I don't think that's how. You've
Jeez.
already called the airstrike, and you ran out of service as soon as you called it.
Listen, I thought the Boost Mobile worked in this area. First of all,
Nah, man, you need Metro,
he's like, nah,
and
it's a
that's why
metro
today's
area, bro.
sponsor. That's why today's
It's
podcast is
Metro
sponsored by.
PCS.
Oh man, aren't they
Uh,
merged with T-Mobile? They
uh,
somebody owns them.
it,
Is it Verizon?
no, I
it's
thought,
it's like a T-Mobile thing. It's a T-Mobile
I
thing.
think it
I don't
was
think T-Mobile
T-Mobile
like owns
Boost.
them. I think they just use their towers or something like that. I know it's a weird thing. It's a partnership,
They
some sort of
merged. They merged. I know they
partnership,
merged.
Oh
Yeah, yeah,
no,
some
yeah.
form of
no.
partnership.
T-Mobile bought AT&T, which I thought was wild. No,
Word.
they bought Sprint. They bought Sprint, is what they did.
Oh, okay. I
Weren't
was
they
like,
competing? Wasn't that the dude like the same dude that did the like Can You Hear Me Now? Didn't he go over to Sprint?
Yeah,
And
and then
wasn't he
they
part of T-Mobile? Wasn't that the T-Mobile commercial?
no, can't hear me
no,
now. I think it was AT and
it
T,
was
and then he
it
went to
was
Sprint.
it was originally Verizon and then Sprint and
Oh,
then
Oh,
Sprint
there's
bought
right.
Verizon.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
Verizon. There we
okay,
go.
Verizon.
Yeah. Does he
There we
even
go.
use
Yeah.
Verizon?
My
Who?
dad used to have Verizon. Like we used to have
Yeah,
Verizon
used
self-service
to
like way back in the day.
until
But after that, we went to
that whole
Metro.
internet thing happened, where like okay, like all of a
Oh,
sudden
did it? Oh,
Verizon Internet became Frontier, and they were two separate
oh,
packages.
nobody wants Frontier.
And
Nobody
then
wants Frontier.
that's when my family stopped doing Verizon. It was at that
Who
point they're
wants
like,
Frontier?
oh
Who
well, if
actually has Frontier
Oh
internet?
no! You know what? I do have to admit that Frontier. I like Frontier
they got
because they
fiber
got
All
me
right,
out
get
optics.
of my
out.
contract.
Nah, get out.
They got me.
Get
They
out.
got me out of my contract with Verizon because I was in a 2-year contract with them because when I got Verizon FiOS, and then I told them, could I cancel it? And they was like, yeah, you cancel it, but you're still obligated. You got you can only cancel for so long, and you're obligated to when you come back, you're resuming your contract. It's like okay, so I was coming back to
Wow.
resume my contract, and they was like, oh, we're Frontier now. And I was like, well, I still got this contract. It's like, well, Verizon FiOS doesn't exist. So what happened to my contract? I guess it just doesn't exist anymore. And I was like, fuck yeah, all right, see you guys later.
Thanks, bro. It's like, yeah, no problem, fam. Who was that guy?
that was neat. Thanks, friends. But that got the sidetrack though. But for the grenade,
We're still on that.
Dang, I thought I tried, Derek. I tried to deflect.
I thought we
who's like the
moved on.
grenade? I was saying, one of them is our friend, and one of them is our friend with benefits. I'll let the world figure out which one's which.
All right, that
You
is
could just say
incredible.
girlfriend.
Hold
You could
on.
just say
Shut
girlfriend.
up!
No,
Shut up!
no,
It's
no, no,
cool.
no. I hope that your girlfriend watches this episode
I
and
hope she
hears that
does
line.
too, and
Hi,
she's gonna hear it.
Mariah.
And we're gonna giggle. We're gonna giggle like we always do.
I like to giggle.
Shut the fuck up.
Not so funny when it's happening to you, though, is it?
Hold on.
But I do like to go off. Hold on.
I like to giggle. It's okay, Derek. He's just a hypocrite.
Hold on. I gotta.
Someone.
Hi,
Oh, everybody's
Mariah.
leaving.
Hi, Mariah.
Yeah, hi Mariah. Since Quincy isn't here to defend himself, I'm just gonna say this: that he loves you and has been simping for you for at least the last kind of ever since you guys first hung out. So, and we already knew that he was gonna be with you, but he decided to make. So if you hold this against him, uh, go for it, and we will laugh.
All right, I don't want to. I
Just
don't
give us a
want to
signal.
ruin Quincy's relationship.
It's not gonna ruin it. It's gonna be hilarious.
All right,
It's gonna be hilarious, Derek. It's gonna be hilarious because she's gonna see this, and then when she meets us officially in person and everything, she's gonna give us the wink of like, yeah,
Oh
thanks. And yeah, and then we're just be like, no prob, sis, and it's gonna
Nice.
be great. And then her and Quincy can live a happy after.
No, when I trust me, I've already given her a signal for what to do. She just doesn't know it yet.
What? Oh, okay. I don't know how that's possible.
There's an Easter egg in this podcast that's meant for
Oh,
Mariah.
okay. All right.
And-
This is post.
Yeah.
Oh, I know exactly what it is. All right. So,
and
Mariah, when you see the
when you see the Easter egg, just do the Easter egg back to me, and you'll know. Then we'll know.
I need her to do it to me. Make the Easter. Yeah, just have the vinegar and just.
The what?
It'll be
Wait a
hilarious.
minute. What
The vinegar. Oh, were you what Easter egg were you doing?
What Easter egg are you doing? Oh, you mean a literal Easter egg? That's the wrong Easter egg. Okay.
Oh, what Easter egg were you thinking of?
No, it's already in the podcast. It's too late. She'll know.
Oh man, this is the one podcast I watch all the way through.
You're gonna have to look.
I need you to make it super duper obvious. I need it to just be big bold letters. Be like, this Easter egg is for Mariah, and just have it like sit there for like 5 whole seconds.
Yes. I'll subtitle it. She'll know what it is. I mean, she already knows what it is.
She might not see it.
What?
What?
She might not see it. She hasn't even, she hasn't seen the podcast yet.
Listen,
she knows of his existence, but she hasn't found it yet.
She will find it.
She'll know. She'll know.
If she's
She
really meant
won't
for
know.
you, if she's really meant for you, she'll find it.
She won't.
There are plenty of times that I could easily give out that information. Just don't worry about it.
How?
You'll bring
Don't
her
worry
over
about it, like I
eventually,
just
and
said.
he'll just hand her a note.
Yeah, but it's like he hasn't even seen her
I have.
in person.
No.
Yeah, other than you haven't even seen her, so I'm gonna pass her a note.
In person in what context? You mean like physically meeting, or just like in a live type of setting? I've seen her. Because
What live type of setting have you seen her?
don't worry about it. Just know that I pay attention when you don't think I'm paying attention. Like,
Listen, Ed. I gotta be honest with you. That sounds creepy. You gotta do something about that.
I'm sorry that I'm just an observant human being.
Yeah, what live setting are you talking about?
Yeah, it sounds kind
Don't worry
of
about
fucked
it.
up.
That I feel like that is because most time when someone says in person, they're like, yeah, you were in the same room as them, or at least breathing the same air as them. And you're like, well, I was live with her. And like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
live.
Live setting is not a phrase that most people use. Just throwing that out there.
Yes, I know. I understand. It's fine. We just won't worry about it. It's
What do you mean live setting?
Don't worry about it, like I just said, for the umpteenth time.
I feel like it's something I should exclusively worry about.
Listen,
No, you do
I'm
not have to worry.
worried.
Quincy, it's me. What am I gonna do? Truthfully, she's taller and bigger than me.
Hold on. Let's see if Derek's on my side so you can be outvoted.
Go ahead. What's the question?
Oh, jeez.
What's the question?
Should we be concerned?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. He used the worst language possible. Listen, if he was
Why
like,
are we a democracy?
if Ed was like, oh
Why
yeah,
can't we be a dictatorship?
if Ed was like, I've seen what she looks like, then that would be one thing. But he's like, I've seen her live. What the fuck does that mean, you serial killer? Like, come on.
I hate it here. All right, never mind. Just forget about it.
What's live, man?
No, shut up.
Well, this is like it's like voice, like because voice doesn't count. No one says I've met
No.
them.
Yeah, no one
Right.
says that for
He
like
said
just
live.
because if that's the
Like,
case, then everybody in that context that you've interacted with has heard her. Me and Derek have both heard her,
yeah,
or at least I
technically
know
we
I
have.
have.
No, we've technically both heard her.
Yeah,
Yeah, technically.
yeah, okay. So yeah, like I live with you, I can't not hear. So, jeez, just forget about the whole live thing. All right, we'll just forget about it. We'll move on with our lives.
Yeah,
I
you
want you
gotta,
to know we're
Everything's Gucci.
exclusively not. This
you
is
gotta,
we're bringing this up.
yeah, you gotta pick different language, my guy. That's that you can't be saying that shit anymore.
See
Oh
her
my gosh.
live,
All right. Oh my god.
like in
Whatever.
person.
Whatever.
Ah, live. Like what you mean live? What you mean by that? What you mean by that?
You do the whole like lean in. What you
This is
mean by
gonna be.
that?
What you mean by that?
Raise the eyebrow. Hey, what you mean by that? Just forget about it. You
It's hard to forget about, man.
shut up, Billy.
All right, okay, all right, man, all right, man, all right, dog.
Jeez.
So,
Oh, Lord.
you know, so what was going on here? Well, I was talking to the manager.
Oh, was that what was
Nothing,
happening?
man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry
Oh,
about it. All right,
no,
man. So, which one am I hearing? Am I hearing what was said, or am I hearing what live means?
no, he definitely didn't explain live. I never got to find out what the fuck live means. So don't expect that one.
We're gonna worry about what live means. Forget it. Just
I'm
leave it
I'm
alone.
really concerned. It's creepy, right? Like I'm not
Oh
the
my
only
god.
one.
Okay, be concerned. You're just gonna have to be concerned because forget about it. It's not. Just leave it alone. Jeez.
I mean,
Thank you,
yeah. We'll
Derek. Shut up.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. We'll figure this out as a group. We're a family.
There's no
We're a
figuring anything
family.
else.
I,
Are
I
we?
feel like
Are we?
there's something to
I,
figure out. I feel like there's something to figure out, man.
I just got outvoted. And we turned against me. You were all you were on my side.
You know what? I feel like if the roles were reversed, you'd be asking even more questions.
I wouldn't. Nope.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wouldn't ask a single
100%,
question.
100%. Yes, you would.
Nope. I'm
It's
okay
you.
with not knowing.
No, no,
No.
it's you.
Okay. What's that supposed to mean?
You always ask questions.
I ask important questions for important questions. This is not an important question, therefore
Okay,
it
yes,
doesn't
yes.
need an important.
Anyone would know that it's not an important question if you know the
There we
answer.
go.
If you
See,
know
you
the
rest
answer.
my
Yeah, no,
case.
if you
It's
My
know the
hands
important.
have
answer.
washed your.
But
It's important to
but
us.
if it,
Damn
but
it.
yes, but if you know the answer, me and Derek don't know the answer. So in this other situation, you and Derek would not know the answer, and you would be the one. You're like, oh yeah, just got a girlfriend. I seen
Nah.
her live. What do you mean by live?
Okay. All right. All right.
Exactly. You'd be like,
Whatever you
what you
say.
mean by live, Quincy?
I just seen her live.
Quincy.
What you mean by live?
Does she have a YouTube channel? Is she a streamer? Does she do anything
Oh
like
my
that that could
gosh, we're
possibly
just
be
not
live?
She's not a streamer, and she does have a YouTube. It has like only 3 videos, and she hasn't touched it since college.
It's still that could be live. That could be part of the live.
Oh my gosh. How about hear me out. How about we just drop it? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's good.
We
Hold on, hold on.
we've dropped plenty of other things.
Before it gets dropped. Hey, Derek.
Yeah. What's up? What's up, Quincy?
If
I'm
me
here
and
for
Ed's roles were reversed, do you think he would not also be asking these questions?
Absolutely. He wants the logic out of
Yeah,
my
this.
God.
making sure he's being a hypocrite. All right, I'm done.
So that's
Oh
okay.
no.
All right. I'm gonna change the subject for Ed's sake, but honestly, so in watching all of these Star Trek shows, most of them have a Vulcan in them, and for those who are unaware,
Those
don't
Vulcans.
Vulcans don't have emotions, right?
Yeah,
They only think by logic.
logic.
And like sometimes the characters get frustrated by that. And I'm like, this is like dealing with Ed. All they do is logic. All they deal with is
Fucked up. All right, let's change the subject. All right, let me
okay,
tell
no,
you.
no, no. Okay, no, because now I have
No.
concerns.
No,
I am
hold on.
sick and tired.
I'm
no,
not done.
Shut up.
I'm not done.
I am
Well,
sick and tired of being compared to the characters in these TV shows. Okay, I am sick and tired. I've been Ted. I've
Okay.
been freaking Cheaty.
That's not bad.
Now I'm a
Cheating's ripped.
Vulcan. I
Vulcans
don't
have the
care if
Vulcan
he's the
build
big.
thing.
Hold
I
on.
don't care if Cheaty's the
And
most
Cheaty's
bodybuilders,
actively
swole
the
dude.
voice of reason.
I've been compared. No, but that's not why you compared me to him initially. You said he looks like Ed. You and Kari, yeah. So don't even try to your way out of this when you schmuck.
I'm
But
just
so
saying. There's a lot of
no, because the
positives.
initial
Especially
thing,
like,
if
yo,
the
Quincy,
initial
you
thing,
look like Piccolo. And I'm like, damn, that's weird, but there's a lot of positives to being Piccolo.
no, because it would have been that if he was like, oh yeah, you're like Cheaty, and then like I could have been vaguely like, oh, that's weird, but knowing the character, it's like, oh, I can see the positives in there. But no, the fact that you point out how goofy he looked, it's like, ah, all right, so that's cool. And y'all are laughing about it.
He don't.
Then why are you laughing, Quincy?
Quincy.
Explain why are you laughing? Huh? Tell me.
I read a meme, nigga. So he don't
No,
even
you
look
didn't.
goofy.
No, you didn't. Don't
He
lie to
don't
me.
even look goofy. Alright?
So
He
that's why,
looked
no,
like
when you,
he looked
so
like
that's
a
why when
regular
you
ass
mentioned
nigga.
it to Kari, so that's why when you mentioned it to Kari, y'all didn't have a laughing fit at all. Y'all just, it was like, oh yeah, that looks like Ed. Oh yeah, totally. And that was the end of it, huh? That's how that went down.
I feel like looks are one thing. You can look
Okay.
like a lot of people, but also adding on all the other stuff that Chidi does and is means like it just comes full circle. Yes, you guys have certain qualities physically that you share, but also as characters, him being the voice of reason, the voice of logic, always trying to be the logical one, things like that. You know,
And the scaredy cat.
you're
And the
better. You're
full on
better.
scaredy cat.
You're better making decisions than Chidi. I'll give you that. But like there's way more positives than negatives
And then
than
Ted. Ted has been
You
completely
don't even
negative.
look like Ted.
I don't
Not
even.
about
Ted's
looking,
not
but
even a
actions.
problem. Ted's not terrible.
Ted isn't
When
terrible.
Quincy
I just say you
every
be
time
cutting it
Quincy
up.
compares me to Ted, it's something. Yeah, and that's not a positive thing.
I mean, he's
I'm
compared
just
me to
saying.
Ted before. He compares everybody to Ted. Quincy's obsessed with How I Met Your Mother. That's a different problem.
So
But
here
okay,
we are,
so
and then Derek's thing about the Vulcans. It's a
but
negative connotation. It's not positive.
no,
I
hold
can tell
on.
you that much.
Hold on.
So it's positive, Derek.
They're,
So it's
they're,
positive.
so hold on. Listen,
So it's positive.
you didn't let me finish, okay? So chill.
Mhm.
So when it comes down to the Vulcans on the crew, they always go with logic. Which, to be fair, using the word logic, that is something that you've said before. So don't give me that. But
Facts.
when it comes to using logic for their own to solve the situation that they're in, often what is it? Starfleet will be like, well, do you want to get rid of this person? They did use logic, they didn't use emotions, and it kind of fucked you over. And they're like, nah, he's our guy. That Spock's our guy. Tulok's our guy. Whoever the Vulcan is in the team, it doesn't matter if they use logic. It's like you wouldn't replace them a day in their life. They never get replaced. They always stay on the crew because at the end of the day, even though it can contradict the way you do things, you still keep them around. Ed whole ass kicked me off the podcast, which pissed me off, but I'm still fucking here. Like, he's still my friend. Like,
I didn't kick him off the podcast. Let's get that thing straight. I didn't kick him off.
Oh, yeah, you can't get kicked off if you weren't ever there.
You locked me out. You locked me the fuck out.
And you locked Quincy out.
That was okay.
Multiple fucking times.
Oh, see? Dang, crazy.
One of those wasn't on the podcast. So hold on. Now he's putting us against each other, Quincy. He's working us against each other.
Fuck you, Derek.
But yeah. No, but yeah,
my
like,
seeds
shit's
of
about to get
disgust
live.
replaced. Shut up.
but no, it's not all like it's not always a bad thing. Like, the Vulcans are not a problem. The Vulcans are good guys. So like I'm not sitting there like shit talking you, Ed. Do I think that we've had our issues in the past? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, you are still one of my closest friends, if not my closest friend, depending on, how much we've talked to
Hey,
each other.
the fuck,
I mean,
bitch,
I knew it was coming. I
bitch,
knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
bitch,
I knew it was coming. I knew
bitch.
it was coming.
I mean,
Change your words before I get changed for you.
you two are easily my closest friends. Like I don't trust anybody as much as I trust the two of you. You know. So you two are tied. How about
It
that?
just all depends on the day of the
The
week.
fuck
It
did
just
you
all
just
depends on the
say?
day of the
You're both my best friend. What do you want from me? I don't fucking know.
I know exactly what he wants from you, and you are not giving it to him.
That's fine. It's fine. It's whatever.
You don't
It's just like
sound like
episode
it's
one all
whatever.
over again.
I feel like I had more time in this company, but that's just how it works. That's just how it works.
Oh,
Hey man,
oh,
sometimes you
you
come.
you have the most
Sometimes you
time in
come
this
in.
company.
Sometimes you come in late. Sometimes you come in late. Just
Okay, you
you're an efficient performer.
listen,
So
listen. I
you
would
know.
be here every pod. I
Highly
was,
efficient.
I was here every podcast except for the one where I was just in the fucking comments section because somebody wouldn't let me the fuck in.
Yeah, your best friend.
You know what? You're right. You're right. Best friends don't do that shit. Best friends don't do that shit to each other. Fuck you, Ed.
All right, I'm gonna ask Quincy then. All right, Quincy. So we'll because if you get outvoted, Derek, then like you gotta shut up,
Fuck.
brother.
Damn it.
Yeah, It's not so fun when democracy's on the other foot. Um,
What is it?
so with how the reason Derek wasn't on that episode
Oh my
was
god.
because no, we're going through it. He there was no plan for anybody else to be on there except for me because
Okay.
you had work, Quincy. So we assumed you weren't going to make it because your schedule got changed. Derek,
Yes.
before we even knew about your schedule, was like, "Hey, I'm not going to be able to make it because I've had a really long week. I basically had no sleep and whatnot, so I'm not going to be able to make the podcast." And I said, "Okay, that's fine. I'll figure something out. I care about you getting your rest. That's important. I know how much it means to you being on the podcast, but since you do need rest and this is for your well-being, you take like the whole day, you just rest and you'll just be on the next one. It's fine." Derek said, "Okay." Then we found out about your schedule thing, Quincy. And it was like, "Oh yeah, so Quincy, I'm gonna be the only one." And I had mentioned, I was like, "Okay, so I have like guests that I could probably find since nobody's gonna be able to do the podcast." And that's when I asked, I was like, "Is it okay if I have either of these people on?" Derek said, "Yeah, it's okay." And he was like, "Well, wait, if Quincy's not gonna be on there, then I should probably be on there and whatnot." And I said, "No, it's okay. You need rest because of what he had previously said to me."
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "No, you get your rest." He fought me on a little bit, but then at the end of the day, I was like, "No, I care more about you and your well being than you having to be on this podcast and whatnot." And he said, "Okay, fine. Thank you. You know, I would have been there, but I've also never had a friend like, look out for me so much. So yeah, I'll just take that week off and be on the next one." So with that, I'm like, all right, cool. Derek's gonna be fine. He's gonna be off. So he's gonna just relax, rest, take care of himself. And I need him to make sure that he takes care of himself and gets his full rest. It's already been agreed upon that he's not going to be on this week's episode. So, with that, caring about my friend's well-being, what would you have done in that situation, Quincy?
Okay, can I give my side of the story?
Give your side of the story, Derek. We're a fair and just system.
I part of the reason Ed has fought me on this already, but part of the reason I just caved so quickly was I'm like, all right, I'll just let him do his own thing with his friends, whatever. But then no, like I ended up getting plenty of rest after work that day before the podcast had even started. I got like 4 hours or something. And so I woke up and I'm like, I'm rested, and I was thinking about sending him Ed a message and being like, I could possibly make this episode, or not even possibly, I could make this episode, but since he's doing things with his friends, I'll just let it be. I'll let it ride. It's no big deal. But then I tune in and you're there, and I'm like, okay, well, this could just be a regular podcast. Like, let me in. And not only did he not let me in, he straight up at some point stops reading the chat and ignoring me, even though I'm there the whole fucking episode. I'm just like, hello. And then, like, even at the end, when it's like, okay, can I just have 5 minutes to say hi to my friends, and then we'll go playing games together, whatever. You, Quincy, even say, all right, just let him in. Be a good friend and let him in. And he goes, no, I'm being a good friend. And you even say, you're being a good friend by being a bad friend. And then he stops the podcast and then sends me an invite after the podcast. So, of course, I'm a little salty.
The podcast was ending. Was ending.
Give me 5 minutes. Just like, give me 5 minutes to talk and it'll be no big deal. And he's like, nope. And so, yeah, of course I was a little salty after that shit.
See, and with my thing was, afterwards, he gave me what he wanted to do. He was like, I just wanted to hang out with my friends and whatnot. And I was like, I gave you that opportunity afterwards. Like, the podcast was ending. So I was like, we'll end the podcast and then we'll just hang out. I tried to do that. But Derek said no. So that's
because I was hurt by my friend just like completely cutting me out of the podcast that I liked so much that I had a perfect streak on up to that point. So, like,
for your well-being, I just wanted you to get rest. Sorry for caring about your well-being.
It also
I'll keep that in mind for next time.
I
won't care about your well-being.
The rest thing wouldn't have mattered at that point anyway because I was clearly on the podcast that week, just not the time that you want, or not the place that I wanted to be. Like, I clearly wasn't resting. I was just sitting there.
Well, I mean, you pop into my streams like on other times, so I just took it as like, oh, he's popping in just to see how the podcast is doing and everything, you know, and say a few things, and then bada boom, he's out. And then after the last thing that you had said, before I just stopped looking at chat because I was like, oh, Derek's probably gone, because it had been like a decent amount of time in between the next chat that you put in. So I was like, oh, he's probably just like resting again or whatever, going on about his day. And he just popped in real quick just to say hi and whatnot. And then I stopped looking at chat entirely because it wasn't popping up on my thing. So I just didn't know that that's what was going on. Like, I didn't have it up on my phone because it was popping up on my PlayStation. Then it just stopped popping up on my PlayStation. So I was like, all right, I guess Derek's gone. And then at the end of the podcast, that's when Quincy was like, oh, hey, Derek said something. So the podcast is already ending. So I'm like, I'm just going to end the podcast and then we can hop in. So I didn't see a problem with that. And I just still tried to be a good friend, tried to bring you in afterwards because it's like, oh, hey, we're done with podcasts. You still want to hang out and stuff? We still can. You said no. So that's on you. And so anyway, Quincy, the original question was, in my situation, would you have been like stuck to your guns and been like, no, get your rest. I don't care what's going on. You're getting your rest. You're taking the day off. Or would you have, backed out and been like, all right, here you go?
This is pressure. Odd.
It's okay. Whatever you choose. What's done is done already.
Yeah,
and it's only negatively affected Derek. So
I'm fine. Like we played games together.
I mean, like, I'm in that instance, you were the only one negatively affected by it.
Yeah.
And I'll answer it on the next podcast.
No, motherfucker.
On the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
His girlfriend's calling him, bro. He's trying to get out.
First of all, no. She's not calling me.
She's texting. She's trying to get his attention.
She's not texting me. She's not trying to get my attention.
It's like a load of barnacles to me, Derek.
100% the truth.
It's whatever. It's probably he's probably realizing that giving an answer isn't for the best.
Nah, it's for the best. We're a democracy. We're supposed to vote on these things. We voted on stupider things.
Absolutely.
I would let Derek in the last 5 minutes.
Okay, well then there you go. When the situation arises again for that to happen, then I'll let whoever in. I'm just saying, this is the same dude that locked you out of the podcast.
I get that.
At the beginning of the podcast.
I get that. I get that. I was just like, if he was there and it's like we're about to wrap up anyway, and he's like, hey, let me at least say, bye to everybody. All right, cool, bring him in. Because your logic is like, all right, he's like, he needs his rest. 5 minutes? Because you literally invited him 5 minutes later. So I was like, I'm pretty sure that 5 minutes isn't. It's not like the doctor's going to be like, damn, if only he slept for 5 more minutes, he would have pulled through.
Hey, you don't know, man. 5 minutes are the difference between life and death.
So
It's happened
I'd have,
before.
I'd have let
Infections.
him come
If
back
something's
in.
infected,
So he
you saw what happened to Hamilton's
yeah,
son. You saw that.
okay, that's infected. That's different. I'm saying it's like
That was 5 minutes.
yeah,
That's you see what type of difference 5 minutes can make.
yeah,
Hey, I'm
okay,
just
no,
caring
I'm
about
talking
my
about
friend.
five. I said
No, it's
five
fine.
minutes
It's
of
fine. I won't care
rest.
about my friend. It's
I
fine. I
said
won't care about my
five
friend no more.
minutes of rest.
Nah,
You're,
I won't care
you're
about my
taking
friend no
5
more.
minutes and running
It's
with it,
fine.
but you forgot
It's
the other
fine.
half of the sentence. Which don't
It's
forget the
fine.
other half of the
It's
sentence.
it's fine. I won't care about my friend anymore. It's cool. If my friends are like, "Oh man, I'm dying" and everything, and I'll be like, "Ah, that's crazy. Too bad. Clock in." Like,
It's fine. Dog, I said 5 minutes of rest.
hey man, 5 minutes rest, 5 minutes of infection. 5 minutes is 5 minutes. Time don't change.
No, the context
It don't.
completely matters.
Mm,
So context doesn't matter.
well,
If context doesn't matter, then what does live mean?
What does live mean?
oh brother, bear.
Kind of walked into that one, champ.
I did. I can't even hold you.
If context doesn't matter, then what does life?
Oh well, context doesn't matter, so we don't need to know. So there you
No,
go.
okay,
See?
well,
You
democracy.
just said
Derek, does context
doesn't matter.
matter?
No, context absolutely matters.
Context does matter.
Oh, brother bear. Oh, so now we want to vote. Hey, now it's no problem voting when it's against me, but when it's for me, it's like I don't know.
Because I didn't want to say
is
anything. So I was like, damn,
Quincy.
these always don't go in Ed's favor, so I'm not going to say anything. Because me, I'd have let Derek in, but I ain't going to say it out loud. But Ed was like, nah, nigga, speak your heart.
Say that.
Tell us your
Yeah,
truth.
man. Yeah, speak your truth.
It's like, yeah, I don't let
We
Derek in the
are.
last 5 minutes. It's only 5 minutes. Like, it's not like, like he was awake, he was there, he was talking. It's fine.
The true question is, why didn't you notice earlier, Quincy? Because if we would noticed earlier, maybe I would have let him in. Because it would have been
No,
earlier.
you wouldn't have. No, you wouldn't have. Because I remember when I said Derek wants to come in and talk. Your quoting words was that's too damn bad.
Because that was at the end of the podcast.
But
But
that means
wrapping up.
the opportunity was still there.
Also, my text
No, we were
specifically
at the end
said
of the podcast.
my text
Like,
to the group specifically said in the last 5 minutes. So Quincy could have even been holding that off for the last 5 minutes. It wouldn't have mattered. You still were
See,
going to
and
let
that's
me in.
his fault. That's his fault.
No,
If I had known beforehand, if I
whoa,
had known beforehand, I would have.
whoa.
that's some bullshit.
This ain't my fucking fault. Don't try to spin this on me.
I'm just saying, man. If you had notified me
No,
earlier, I could have worked something out. That's all
no,
I'm saying.
no.
You were
Trying to
obviously
notify
get
you
your phone
of
and
your
notice.
comment? Fuck you. It's your shit.
I'm just saying, man. You were, obviously you had your phone, so you were able to get the messages immediately.
You know
and
what?
You didn't say anything
You're
immediately.
right. Derek, is it my fault?
Hell no.
Oh, well,
no.
there we go.
I can't get away.
Why? Why is this the democracy episode? What the fuck?
Because apparently democracy runs the Gotcha Gang.
Nobody's winning. Everybody keeps losing.
Like, Ed tries to say something like, guys, I swear. And then me and Derek just both kick him. It's like, stay down, final warning. Like, that's an entire episode. Just stay down, final warning.
How many times do we have to teach
This lesson, old man.
Yeah, that's the episode.
Oh, fuck, that's funny.
Stay down, final warning.
That should be the thumbnail. Like just the fucking like Iron Man stay down final warning. The fish cracking his knuckles. How many times to tell you this, old man? And it's like fucked up SpongeBob on the ground.
Do it, yeah, do it.
All right. Editing Derek will make
Please.
a thumbnail.
No.
Editing Derek will make a thumbnail.
And the name of the episode should
Oh
just be
man.
called simply Democracy.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Picasso. Oh no. Oh man.
God,
Yeah.
yeah. Next time, just let me keep a peace and then be like this.
No, man. You gotta speak your truth. We're all
Sometimes I
about
don't
being
want
open and
to.
honest around here.
Okay, and I
That's too
honestly,
damn bad.
it's,
I don't care. I don't want to speak my truth, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
I'd love to see that. I don't want to speak my truth, Grandpa. It's like her, but she's like Photoshop with like blue hair and like some random ass tattoos. It's like we know something's up here. We don't know what it is, but there's something afoot.
Oh man, yeah, but that's. I hate us being a democracy, but I love it at the same time.
God damn it. It didn't even have to be like
I feel
this.
like I feel like we should have like an electoral, type of system.
If we ever got a fourth motherfucker, they would just fucking ruin us.
Nah, I think it'd be great.
Because then there'd be like stuff where it's 50-50. There has to be we always have to have an odd number. Always. You
Nah,
cannot
when it's
have
50-50,
an even
when it's
number.
50-50, then we go to war.
No, no one wants that. I'd rather just say, hey, yo, he's stupid. Yep, see, told you. That's 3-2. You're stupid.
All right, so we have to get 5 members.
Like it has
We
to
can only
be.
bring
It
in
has to be an
people.
odd
We can
number.
only bring in people 2 at a time. We have to
Two at a
bring in people
time.
2 at a time.
Two at a time.
Oh man. Just wait. When we get big enough, then we can start putting like the actual polls inside like the community tabs and have the
Oh,
viewers vote.
The problem is one of us would be the most popular and then completely like overrun all of that shit.
Hey,
yeah, yeah.
hey, what isn't that basically how democracy works?
No, yeah,
It's literally called the popular vote.
yeah, it would.
Yeah.
But my point is, like, it would not be. Nobody would
I mean,
care
Fair.
about
hey,
who's right. They just care about
I
like,
mean,
oh
hey,
yeah,
sometimes back in my day when I used to do bits, which I'm a changed man, I haven't done bits in
go back and
I
watch the
would have
Ultimate Bit
just
episode.
that would okay, first of all, that was Quincy's bit that he started.
You go into it. It's still funny. The two of you, I hands down, I want to give you two as much credit as possible. Re-listening to that shit, you two are funny as fuck in that episode. It is fucking
I try,
hilarious.
I try my best. I'm a comedic genius. Um but yeah, for the bit, sometimes I would just give an answer that would be the most funny. So, can't knock them. Can't knock them. However, for the record, I don't do bits anymore. I'm a changed man. I'm a better man. I care about my friends' mental health, so I don't do bits anymore. Now, if my friends were to be like, hey, we're okay, we trust you, we know that these are always bits, so you can go back to doing bits. Then it's a conversation for
Like
another
Derek's
day.
already said that. Derek already said he's
No, but
already
he's
permanently
Derek
scarred,
said it.
and it's not going to change.
I
No,
literally
Derek
told
said that.
I told Ed yesterday when he tried to give me the Steam code and it didn't work. Um, I legitimately thought that was a bit, even though he said he's done. I'm like, nah, this is a bit. This whole thing's a
He's
bit.
permanently scarred.
Like I'm
He's
fucked.
changed.
My
He's
brain
mentally
is
changed forever.
screwed, man. Like it's not
Nah,
like
but see, Derek only said that I can do them simply because he felt bad that it was my whole thing, and then I stopped. So he felt bad. It wasn't a nah, buddy. You can actually do it. It's okay. I feel bad that I took this away from you in some way, shape, or form.
I don't know that I feel bad. You kind of fucked
All right.
me.
Well, I mean, we'll take a vote. We'll take a vote right here, right now.
All right. We're gonna keep doing democracy. We're just gonna run this into the ground.
Hey, it's there for a reason. Who? Okay, all in favor. If you guys are okay with me doing bits, then I will go back to doing them on you.
No, I'm not.
I vote. I
See,
vote. I just vote present.
present. See, Derek's not okay with it. So clearly, he's not.
I'm not okay. I am absolutely
See?
not okay.
See? So there you go.
Have
Can't do
mercy.
bits. Now, when we get to that point where you guys are like, you know what, it's okay, you can do it again, and both of you agree that I can do it again, sure,
We would set
it'll
rules.
happen.
Yeah, there would have to be
Okay, you can
boundaries.
set rules. Set rules. Yeah, set boundaries. Set boundaries right now. What are your boundaries?
No bits.
Not on me or
With my
Quincy or
shouting.
any of our significant others. Yeah, like
Not on me. Then who the fuck is gonna do bits on? Sarah?
Kari,
Yeah, that's like I
Kari,
was doing just
Syra.
like you guys.
Like do it on whoever you want. Just don't make it my problem.
But you're all I did it on.
Oh, that's worse.
It
Hold
was you
on.
guys.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you weren't doing bits to anybody else? You were only doing it to the two of us?
Yes, heavily.
That's fucked. I didn't know that. I thought this was just a part of who you were in general, and you
No,
just did bits to everyone.
I mean, it is.
And then
it
me
is.
getting
It's just
scarred
you
made
guys
it
are the easiest
stop.
targets. You guys are the easiest target. It's easy because you guys are vulnerable.
What the fuck does that mean? I'm
Oh, God.
vulnerable.
Hey, I just,
Because it's just, oh god.
I would, as long as it's just, if I'm with my shouting in any way, shape, or form, I don't want a bit.
Like, you guys were just the most vulnerable. You guys were the easiest targets. It was so easy because the bits were so simple, but you guys were so affected by them.
It'd be super easy for me to just defraud a bit once if that's my clause. It's like, all right, yeah. So if she's around, phone or any, if we're on the talking on the phone too, it's like, okay. Or if I'm texting, it's like, all right, okay, cool, man. So they'll be like, ah, Quincy, you wouldn't believe what happened today. I was like, I just text Mariah, call me. She calls me, and I was like, so what happened today?
That's
You
cheating.
son of a
That's
bitch.
cheating. No, that's cheating. You can't do
That's
that
not
because if you're
cheating.
texting, yes, it is.
Not cheating.
You can't
That's
just
my only
no, because
rule.
that
I only have one rule. You can still bit
no.
me.
If you're on the phone, if you're already on the phone, then okay, sure, I won't do that because you were so heavily affected by the last time that happened.
I mean, it could have been really bad. You have to admit that.
Okay, with the extreme that he set, yes, but you and I know, like realistically, that wasn't gonna happen. So, like that was a major extreme, and yes, in that extreme situation, it would have been bad. But just a regular conversation on the phone with your girl, eh,
I'm saying, a great conversation. Still be a good conversation. You don't know that. That's what I'm saying.
you have okay. Put it this way: if it's a regular, it's a regular conversation, and yes, if it's you're on the you're on the phone with your girl. Yes, it's a good conversation. The only time that it's going to be a bad conversation is if you guys are fighting. But if you don't fight, then every conversation is a good conversation because you're objectively going to enjoy talking to your girl, unless you don't, in which case you're an asshole. But that's
Or
not
you're
the
in a
case.
bad
So
relationship.
that too, yeah. But if you only had regular conversations, like you didn't have like super deep blah 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 blah. And if you hadn't have told me that we were just on the phone, we were talking and everything, if you hadn't have told me that it was just like regular, yes, I would have felt more bad about it because you could have played it off as it was a super cool, deep, interesting conversation, but it was like your average day-to-day conversation, so like I don't care.
Which are usually like eights, nines. You know, we're having a
Nigga,
good
it's
time.
me. You like your girlfriend, of course it's gonna be an 8. If I'm sitting here talking to my girl, I rated the conversations that we had out of 10, and I said anything below a 6, I'm an asshole, and I shouldn't be with her because
Well,
she's not
maybe it just
stimulating me
wasn't a good
mentally enough.
conversation. Maybe it was a conversation
No,
about where
no,
she.
shut up.
Some
No, you're
conversations won't
stupid.
be that way
No,
because
so
it could
you're
be a
telling me,
conversation
okay,
while
what
she's at work.
conversation between you and Flo that you would have
While
would
she was
be
at work.
No, I'm talking about if you're on the phone, it's like, hey, we're calling, like we have time to talk,
While
and those
she was at
conversations were
work.
anything less. Nick, I just said when you have free time, like you're actually, this is only we're on the phone talking to each other. There's nothing else going on. This is strictly like this is us. Like there's no other obligation going on. Like a casual conversation. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, if she's at work, yes, those conversations aren't going to be great because you're on a time limit. I'm talking about free time, regular, like no other distraction. Being at work is a distraction. Don't get smart with me. So rate that, and all of those are going to be like 7 and above.
That wasn't the original question. The original question was what phone call conversations, and I gave you an answer. Then you tried negating my answer by changing the
No,
question.
okay, no. I've
That's
done
literally
that
what you
plenty of times
did.
with you. No, because you asked me for certain things, and I give you an answer to that, and you're like,
One
I meant.
second.
So don't pull that with me.
So Derek, did he not just change the question?
Oh my god.
I mean, he does that kind of often, yeah.
So does Quincy.
That was the question, bitch.
Shut up. uh,
That was the
my mental fortitude is down. My mental fortitude. I can't talk to these fucks anymore. This is why I only interact with them on a business as a business week to week. I can't deal with this tomfoolery.
What bitch you were on talking? What's the fucking question, bitch?
Oh my god. But yes. So if he's on the phone with his girlfriend, then I won't do a bit because he was so negatively affected by a normal conversation ending. Like, which you didn't have to, which I reiterate, you didn't have to hang up the phone. Like, if it's that thing,
I did
like,
have to hang up the phone because you were talking about your number one. You were talking about
I know what I was
cheating
talking
on
about.
Blanca
I know what I
with
was talking about.
Sarah while I
I
was on the
know.
phone. While I was on the phone with Flo, who was trying to be friends with Blanca. So
I
why
know.
would I keep her on the
But
phone when you're telling like
because, okay, first of all, I would appreciate if I was outed, if I was actually a cheater, because that shows that, my friends care about me, one, treating a woman
okay,
with the
you
respect
would
and love
get
she deserves,
outed,
and
but I
two,
still feel like we
let
would
me
give you
finish.
the
Let me finish.
chance or
Let me
the
finish.
opportunity for you to explain yourself. Like we're like,
No,
hey,
but
I would be the type. I would be the type. Is like, I'm gonna give you a few days. Flo would be the type. Like this trifling ass nigga instantaneously, even though you have your whole thesis
yes, and
prepared.
that's good, and I appreciate that. A cheater deserves to be outed ASAP because there's no reason that you can justify cheating in any way, shape, or form. So, therefore, I would appreciate it if I'm treating my significant other wrong in any way, shape, or form, that my friends and by proxy their girlfriends, even if they don't know me or that well, to out me as soon as possible. Don't care what the circumstances are, because that is something that needs to be exposed immediately. So that way, one, the person that I am cheating on is able to assess the situation and move forward in however they're going to move forward. You break up with me, talk to me about it, and try to do better, be better. But
Oh
preferably
shit!
they
Oh,
move
that
on because
about 90% of the time it doesn't usually go that way.
yeah, no. So like, you know, should like assess it, be like, okay, they cheated on me, I gotta bounce because they're a cheater, they're a horrible person, and then boom. So honestly, you should have stayed on the phone with her. That's all I'm saying. I would have stayed on the phone with my significant to expose you for being a filthy cheater and a liar.
I
Damn.
I would say I would much rather the person give the person opportunity like, hey, try talk. You should talk to them about this. And
Which is fair. I'm not saying you're wrong. You are entirely like your option is still a good and valid option, and I am not taking that away from you. All I'm saying is, if I were in your shoes in that situation, if you pulled a bit on me, similar to what I did to you, I would have, like, I still would have been on the phone. I'd be like, what happened? Maybe I would have muted, but, I immediately after, I would have told my girlfriend, I would be like, yo, dog, he's cheating on
I mean, yes,
such and such.
yes, but still, I was like, no, it's gonna. So this is true, and this
Which it
nigga
never is.
deserves opportunity to
If I
explain himself
ever, and
to
that,
his girl.
and the thing about my bits is my bits are things that, if you actually think about it for like a second,
Not
they're
true.
always things.
Not true. I knew
Name
exactly what you're about to
five.
say.
Name
Nigga,
five.
the times that you would be like, oh yeah, oh my God, was there accidentally something I was allergic to in this? That'd be something that I could see you doing.
No, I'm talking about that's actually happened, not like hypothetically. I'm saying a bit that I've actually done that has, if you think about it
And
for a split second.
also the weed brownie thing did happen. You were whole fucking decommissioned. So
Yes, that was a real thing. That wasn't a
yes,
bit.
yes, that was the bit. But I was
No,
like,
but
you doing the
that
bit of, oh my god,
influenced. Yeah.
was there something that I was allergic to in this bit?
Yeah.
Also, the bit that you lost your job.
Ooh, that's a bad bit. Why did you bit that?
Okay, one, again, I don't remember that. I accept that I did it. I accept that I did it. I'm not even gonna like fight it. I don't remember it. I truly don't remember it, but I accept I did it. Um, the job thing, that's like realistic, which we like you're not understanding the question because you didn't let me finish. Like it's all things that if you think about it are not things that would actually happen.
You losing your job is something that could realistically happen. It has happened,
It
Exactly.
nigga.
it
Okay.
happened while you were on the phone
Okay.
with me. Like,
Okay. No, okay. But I'm saying that is like just a general thing that you can't really place that on me as a character, like something
But
that
it's something that can happen.
that's not okay. But that's not something that's tied to my character. Losing a job is not tied to my character. Cheating is tied to my character.
Some people would say losing your job wouldn't tie to your character.
Oh my gosh, Quincy. So all these things that I've done bits that have been like, oh, that's a bad thing, yada yada yada. They're like there are things that are exclusively tied to my character that are the opposite of what my actual character is that I expect my friends to know and
Not
understand.
100% true of that either. Now let
Name
now now let
five.
now I already said that you
The
pretending
weed
that you
brownie
would
thing is not
accidentally eat
true.
something. No, that's not a bit. I'm just saying. I told you. You saying was there something allergic in here? You're like that's not something. I never eat anything I was allergic to. Hey, weed brownie thing. The thing did happen. At the time, it's something
Okay,
you're
that
allergic
wasn't
to.
intentional. That wasn't
Okay, it still
intentional.
was. It still was something
It's
you ate something.
intentional. Oh my
No,
gosh.
yeah, there you go.
Whatever. I'll
And the
count that one. Whatever.
other
I'll count
time,
that one.
losing your job. Other time would
Losing
be
a job, I'll
like
count that one.
when it came to Sarah, like we didn't know what was or wasn't a bit because sometimes you would do something that was completely out of your character.
That's only three. So we're to two more.
I feel like that three is enough.
No, it's not because the weed brownie.
Derek, would you
I'm just
consider
accepting
three
that
is enough?
because you're
I
okay,
mean,
Derek. Would you consider the weed brownie thing? The
so
weed brownie thing, the job thing, I'll
um,
accept because I did the bit. I
no,
don't
no, no,
remember
no.
it, but I
Hold
did
on.
it, so I'll accept that.
One question at a time. So Quincy said, "Is three enough?" And to a point that Ed made ages ago, which is one can be an outlier. More than one cannot be an outlier. The fact that he got three is pretty good. Now, what was your question? What was your question, Ed?
My question was, would you count the weed brownie thing? Because one, that was a thing that happened out of my control. My bits are always within my control, and my bits are always something that is tied to my character. I make it
I
a
wasn't calling the weed bounty thing a bit.
but you're using it as an example to be something that I would do as a bit when I wouldn't do that as a bit because
But
that
didn't you
it's
have
something that
didn't
plays
you,
with my life, and that's not like
I thought
that's
you
my whole life and well-being.
I thought you did do that as a bit one time.
No, that was a real thing that happened. I was in the hospital.
Oh. Wait, cuz
He
Quincy
thought that was a bit.
I'm a little confused. No, I'm confused cuz Quincy's brought it up before, not just
That's what I'm saying. Yes,
I
that's what I'm
listen to the
saying. He
pod
brings it up.
I listen to the podcast over and over. Like I've listened to every episode at least once. Or and been on almost every episode once. So like I've heard Quincy bring up the weed brownie thing before. I always thought that it was a real event, and now I'm like, what the fuck, Quincy? If it wasn't real,
No,
why
it
did
was a
you bring
real
it
event.
up?
No. I'm not saying it
No, no,
wasn't a
no.
real event. I'm saying that
As
Ed
a
would
bit.
do a thing. Yeah, no, yeah. I'm saying Ed would do a thing where he would eat something and then be like, "Oh shit, was there something I was allergic to in here?" And then even though he's already read the packet and he's known there's something that's not allergic to him in there, and to defend the point where he would eat something that he is allergic to unknowingly, I was like the weed brownie thing. You ate something
Okay,
you were
but
allergic to unknowingly.
okay, but
That
that's
is
not at that point. That's not a bit. That's a thing that
I'm not.
happens.
Yes, nigga, I'm not saying the weed brownie thing. I'm reinforcing the point that you said I wouldn't do something that I wouldn't do something that I wouldn't do in real life. So you would say I'm very careful. I don't eat things I'm not allergic to, which I would say yes. You are very careful. You don't eat things you're allergic to. But We do have on record folded in the hospital eating something you're allergic to.
Yeah, I
folded in the hospital.
I just
Okay, but
picture him
no,
in the
but my
Yamcha
point-
position, like he's on the bed, sprawled out like that.
I want to be just in a crazy crowd. He's just right next to me. I need that as a pose. I need that as a picture. I need that. Me laid out
God
and just a
damn
like
it.
half-eaten brownie, like a little bit off to the top left on a plate. I need it. I need it. Oh no, but no. My point was that like I'm
That's all
saying
I'm saying.
all the bits that I have done, none of them have been things that it's like, oh, realistically, that's something that Ed would do intentionally. So like cheating, I'd never do that intentionally. Happens accidentally. I'm going to be destroyed by it.
No,
And
no,
what?
Yeah.
no, no. Hold on.
No, 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 no,
Hold,
no.
hold,
I was just gonna say, how do you cheat accidentally? That's all I was gonna say. But
no, no, no. Yeah,
No,
that
okay,
I
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
I don't want to get into that because that is a thing that can happen,
That's
and
a whole.
I
Yeah,
do not want to defend it because even I would have a hard time defending it. I don't even want us to get
yeah,
into that shit.
but
okay,
yeah,
all right.
but if that happened, it's like that would still destroy me. The like I said with the job thing, I don't remember ever doing that bit. Quincy says that I have. I mean, at that point, I was heavy deep in the bits, so I anything at that point was possible for if I done it or not.
Is there any kind of content that we would like? I posed this question to Ed yesterday. Is there any kind of content you guys want to look forward to doing at some point, face to face? Since we do mostly gaming
Face to
content.
face. I was like, I mean, Overcooked is there, but
No, 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 no. When I'm in the area,
when is that happening again?
April. It's a ways
So
away.
far away.
It's a ways away.
Why do you do this, Derek? Why do you do?
Why do I plan?
You yeah, well, not so much plan. It's like I get it.
I mean,
You're planning ahead. You want to make sure everything's all laid out. It makes sense, but like at the same time, it's not super far away, but it's far enough away to where we can't really plan for any random variables that might happen that might stop us. Like with the whole when we went to Anaheim thing, it's like it was good to try and have everything planned out because it did involve like spending certain amounts of money and everything, depending
right,
on what would have went down.
right.
So it's good and it was great. It was a great idea. But at the same time, it's like we're not really gonna have anything solidified until it gets like way closer to the date.
So here's part of it, and like I can I I'll just throw out an example. Last time I was giving you months of it in advance, and we didn't really do much, and because part of it was everybody going, oh well, that's too far in advance. We'll know closer. We'll know closer. Oh well, Quincy's not going to be able to do that because he's working, and it was just like, okay, I could have changed all of the plans and done something that worked a little bit better if we had communicated a little bit better. And in now's case, it's like, okay, if we plan ahead of time and somebody thinks about stuff that they want to do, I can try and find a worker. I'm the one that's trying to plan shit out. I can find a workaround around everybody's schedules if I'm aware of things. I can also, even more simply, if the answer's let's just have a meal, let's have a Gotcha Gang meal, I can always.
Didn't you say you didn't want to do that?
I can get
Because when
a
we
reservation.
offered, and because when we offered, we was like, oh yeah, we can like hang out and like eat some food or whatever, go to some places and everything. You're like, I don't want to do that. I could do that literally anywhere.
Okay, so I did say that last time. My situation is going to be a little bit different this time. So
Mm-hmm.
it I did say
he's willing to accept the food. He wants the food this time, Quincy.
I'm still not going to be. We're still going to have to figure something out. Like, but anyway.
Well, yeah.
I'm floating it out there because I don't want it to be like last time where it's like, hey, let's do something, and then it gets to the week before, and all of a sudden everybody's like, oh well, we should have planned, and it's like, motherfucker, I was already trying that.
No, I mean, I wasn't worried about like a plan. One, because I am truly indifferent about whatever happens. As long as it doesn't kill me, I'm it's fair game. Uh, and especially since like a lot of stuff really hinges on Quincy's schedule again, so it's really between you and Quincy. I'm just kind of along for the ride.
Well, you should have a job by then, hopefully.
Well, not even like having a job. It's like if I had a job, even when we were in Anaheim, it's like not much else really would have changed on my perspective of what we did or what I wanted to do because there's truly nothing that I'm like, yeah, I want to do this, which is always the problem when I'm hanging out with friends that make that offer. That like same issue kind of happened with Tori and Danny when I was in San Diego because it's like, yeah, I'm here for 2 weeks, and it's like they want to have, they want to have a good time with me, do stuff that I want to do since I'm only there for a limited time. But at the same time, it's like there's not really much that I really want to do. I'm a chill, do whatever person. And so a lot of times I just had to say yes to if they ever made an offer to something. Like if
So
they went, hey, you want to go do this? I'll be like, yeah, because
can,
it's like
can
the
I
difference.
can I ask you? Can I make an offer for you then?
Okay.
And that is, do you trust me enough that if I go, all right, I'm just gonna plan for you,
I
and
mean,
then
yeah,
you
as
go,
long as as long as it doesn't kill me.
yeah, exactly. But if I'm like, if we're all there and I go, hey Ed, we're going over here. I've already made reservations. I've already got plans. Whatever. You're not gonna fight
Then
me on it.
true. No, truly, the answer is going to be like, the only question I'll ask is where is it,
Okay.
and or what is it, and if you ask or if you tell me, and if it's something that I know it's like, oh yeah, I can't do that, then I'll tell you, and then yes, it would suck, but more often than not, it's going to be okay.
Hey, yeah, let's go do a thing. It's like, oh, what are we gonna go do? Oh, trust me, I planned it for us. No, Derek, what's the thing? It's a bee exhibit. Let me tell you how I'm not going.
Yeah, basically. And even then, I'd be like, I mean, okay, but I mean, the chances of me getting stung are very high, I assume, and if they're not, then I mean, like, okay, sure.
It's like I mean, next door is the racket exhibit. I was like, do you know me?
That's always the question. Do you know me? Do you even know me? It's like you want me to die.
It's like I guess the third thing was the arcade. It's like that. That should have been the first thing.
Yeah, that from now on, you only.
Arcade only.
It's like, but the arcade is filled with nuts. It's like, oh.
What arcade is food? What? At that point, I feel like it's dubious. It's dubious behavior.
It is dubious behavior.
We'll figure something out.
We
Quincy, you
will
want?
And if there's
indeed figure
anything,
something out.
that happens, I might be. I mean, would be weird if I like brought Mariah.
Not at all. It's your girlfriend.
To
You
what?
I mean, but
hang out with
still,
your
if
girlfriend.
it's a dude thing, it'd be weird to bring your girlfriend to a dude thing.
To Disneyland?
Oh, Disneyland?
It's possibly going to be Disneyland. I don't know. It could be just a dinner or something. We don't know yet. But that's where I'm going to be. So that's why I just bring that up.
Are you gonna be in Anaheim again?
Yeah, I'm going to be in Anaheim again.
Same hotel?
No, different hotel, but just as far from Disneyland. Like
Okay.
literally, it's literally
Looks like it's another Gotcha Gang sleepover.
it's literally another point zero. It's 0.01 mile closer than the last one. So
Oh
Hey,
my God,
closer,
that's a
closer
whole
is
extra
closer.
$200.
it's actually
Closer is
it's
closer.
actually about $100 cheaper. Weirdly enough.
Wow. So why didn't you do that last time? Huh?
Because it was not $100 cheaper last time.
Oh, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
They know about the convention too, so they probably upcharge for the convention.
Yeah.
Hmm. Probably. I mean, that's what happens when in Evo in Vegas. It's like the places they start upcharging because they know Evo is a big event, and so it's like, hey, we can get more money.
Yeah.
That's what every place fucking knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was
I
just
mean,
being
it
sure,
just makes sense.
I mean, like,
because
Yeah,
I was like,
bring your
I
girlfriend.
wasn't just, I
If
wasn't
that's the
just, I wasn't
first
just gonna
time,
bring her.
Oh,
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
I would have. I would like. I mean, like, I wouldn't have, but I would.
Uh,
There would have been some way for it to be like, oh, hey, she's just here because she happened to be in the area. So, like, if it's not cool with everybody, then yeah, she can just go off and do whatever she was originally gonna do. But it was just a quick like stop by, hey, hang out for a little. She goes on, does whatever she does.
yeah. So
I
if
wouldn't actually just bring her.
I mean, yeah, we'll discuss that closer to it, but I don't think it's that big a deal. I mean, I even asked you, I'm like, do you want to bring Arya? And I don't think that your daughter is any less of a. And this is if what Ed said was fucked up, this is also fucked up. I don't think Arya is any less of a third wheel than a girlfriend, and because you have to take care of your daughter. And
Technically, she would be a fourth wheel, and at that point, it's a properly functioning vehicle.
Here's the thing.
So,
I'm only bringing one of them. I'm not gonna bring both.
I know.
it's one or the other.
Yeah,
I
dead ass. Like I am not bringing both of them because like I'm gonna want to spend time with whoever is there. Yes, I get it as like a do a thing, and I don't think does that fall in the 6 months? It might fall into the 6 months. I think it'll be fine. But but
Isn't that still
nah.
like very vague?
What?
The like wording of the 6 month thing, like the actual details of what it is for 6 months and what 6 months matter.
Yeah. I was just gonna go by the what's it called? They
Like
gotten
rolling.
together.
Oh, December, January, February, March, April. You're short 1 month. If you
Yeah.
don't count November. If you count November, I mean, yeah,
Then you probably just barely
halfway.
making it.
Yeah,
Because you
I mean,
counted
it's
because of
probably
when
gonna be in
Derek
like the
went in
range of.
when you counted that day. But
Yeah.
still,
Hey,
like
Derek, does it
I
happen to
still
be on the 19th of April?
I'd still stop. It'd be whoever whichever one because I know Lydia would she was like, oh, I want to be with there when Arya goes to like Disneyland. Like I don't know how serious she is about that. So because I was like,
That's
hey,
too bad.
like it was like I don't know how serious
A
she
lot
was
of things
about that.
happen. I mean, me personally, and this is just me, I could be completely wrong. I would just be like, okay, that's cool. Do you have any plans of when you want to do that or anytime soon? And like, if not, then whenever it happens, if it happens to be where you can come, cool. But if not, then I'm so sorry, but
But
you're
yes,
kind of out of luck.
yeah, she gets that. She understands that. But the thing is, like, if she is like, hey, I want to, I can make it. She's like, oh, I can make it. I say, oh, what date? She's like, what date? Derek says coming April, whatever the fuck. And then she's like, oh, I can actually make that date. I'll be there too. And I'm like, all right, okay, fine. I'll see you at Disneyland. I don't want Mariah to go to that too.
I don't know that I
Well,
want
yeah,
to be
no,
there
duh.
if she's there. Honestly,
Yeah, see,
All I know is,
like, because that's not even third wheel.
never mind.
That's something different.
that's a whole different
It's a whole
enchilada.
different beast.
Yeah, that like
But I like enchiladas.
I'm trying to have fun. I'm not trying to.
Jesus.
I realize that this is Quincy's trauma and not mine. But I've heard enough stories that it kind of it feels like I'm a part of it at this
It's
point.
Derek's trauma now. It's Derek's trauma now.
We are trauma.
See, we're a family. See, we love each other.
So, so yeah, I'm just gonna like if she's like, oh
I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
I think you
I
can
mean,
make
go
it.
for
It's
it.
like okay, cool. Well, then I don't
It does
know,
happen. Me
like,
and Derek will go one way. You and them go the other way.
but they're gonna spend time with all of us, so it'd be like kind of messed up. So let's see, guys. If she says she
Well, then you
can,
gotta make a
if
choice.
she, yeah, that's what I said. If she says she can't make it, then I was like, oh damn, but like I was gonna take Aria. Okay, whatever. But then if she says she can make it, I was like, oh, I was ah damn, it's a boys trip. And then I'll
It's a
just
boys
bring
trip.
Mariah. Then
That's a
when
horrible thing. Ah, damn.
then she was like, what the fuck? What was she doing there? Oh, she just happened to be in the neighborhood.
I was like, what? She's one of the. She's a homie for real.
Like, yeah, she just happened to be
The
there.
guy,
And I
the
was like,
guys
hey, yo,
love her.
babe. Yo, babe, come through. And she was like, man,
You
I'm on
want
my
to
way.
slide through? Yeah, it's like, oh, and they were okay with it. I mean,
Yeah, like she was cool.
Ah.
They were interested in me meeting her. Yeah.
I
They
ended
were
up
interested in
meeting
meeting me.
her.
Mm.
No,
Well,
not at
Dad
all.
already met you,
Not at
and
all.
Derek's cool. He's
Derek's
cool off meeting you.
Derek's traumatized. Is what's
Derek's so yeah, just the Ed already knows you, and Derek's traumatized. I don't know what more you want. Uh,
So Quincy, do you wanna play us out?
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming to the Gotcha Gang podcast. Once again, I've been Quincy, and that's Ed over there, and that's Derek over
that is
there.
me.
You guys have any closing remarks?
Big no, no, I don't.
He went for it. He went for it.
I was gonna, but then I decided not to.
Oh, you gotta commit, man. You gotta commit.
I don't. You know what? I'm not in the mood to commit.
Uh, Dang, crazy. Couldn't be me. Yeah, no. I love it here.
Good for you.
All right, all right, big jiggly black titties. All right, we'll see you guys on the next Gotcha Gang podcast. See you.
Adios.